And
You good? You can get better. Spread the word. Straight Up gets better on Bess FM. Straight Up Jerry Small, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays on Bess 100 FM. 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. I'm your host, Robin Jerry Small. The numbers are 279-8473, 279-8473, and 619-1508. 619-1508. Also streaming live on the internet. Bess FM, Straight Up, Robin Jerry Small.
If you got to feel it, you got to be clean. You got to make it straight, you can't be lean. Share the joys togetherness can bring. To the true soul, you just have to cling. And then you will feel it, you'll feel the soul inside of you.
Here to pick up the pieces. Here to pick up the pieces. Here to pick up the pieces. Let the place look good, my brother. Let the place keep clean, my sister. Let the place look good, my brother. Let the place keep clean, my sister. So come along, my brother. Come along, my sister. Come along, my brother. Come along, my sister. Here to pick up the pieces. Here to pick up the pieces. Here to pick up the pieces. Let the place look good, my brother. Let the place keep clean, my sister. Let the place look good, my brother. Let the place keep clean, my sister. So come along, my brother. Come along, my sister. 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 Here to pick up the pieces. Here to pick up the pieces. Let the place look good, my brother. Come
Welcome to the program for today. Today is Thursday, the 12th of May. Thursday, the 12th of May, 2022. And we are here till 10 o'clock. No, we are here from just after 10 this morning and every morning until 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday to Thursday. And the numbers are 619 1508, 619 1508, and 279 8473. 279 8473. The people who know that they would like to call the program and raise an issue or discuss something or make some comments, they usually make sure that them know the numbers before other people. While the program is going on, they decide that boy they would like to, call the program and so on. But I expect that you make some preparation if you want things to go like if you decide to if you decide to make it easier for things to go like how you want them to go, you make preparation and you prepare yourself first. So the things that you want to happen, you can make them happen much more easily by preparing yourself. And when you prepare yourself and you are prepared, you also become more aware and awake. Like for instance, if you want to catch a bus at 7 o'clock, you decide to do the things that make it easy and possible for you to catch a bus at 7 o'clock. You can start think out before. Do I want to go on the bus smelling bad? Because I want to meet some nice young lady. And do I want to go on the bus smelling bad, which will turn off a young lady? Do I want to go on the bus and don't have any bus fare in my pocket when I reach on the bus? And things like that. So you start thinking about those things maybe from even the day before. And you make sure that you clean up yourself. Not because you want to meet some nice young lady, but because clean is good. Clean is good, and regular refreshment or refreshing of yourself or refreshing of any situation is good. To refresh any situation regularly is good. To make a situation fresh or like fresh. Like when you're Burning Spears singing about, we are here to pick up the pieces. That is a form of refreshment. Making back the situation fresh, that you don't feel as bad or hopeless as when the situation did start go bad, you know what I mean? So anyway, the things that you want to happen, if you decide to help them to happen, they will happen easier. So you're going to plan from before, say yes, you're going to leave early to catch the bus, and that's why you're going to be at the bus stop before the bus comes 7 o'clock. You're going to plan, say you're going to make yourself clean and not upsetting to people when them come near you. And you're going to make sure, say, you have bus fare in your pocket from before you leave your house. So that is how people make things easier to happen, the things that they want to happen, make it easier to happen. And every other thing that you want to happen can be made easier and more possible to happen. Two things: by preparing yourself and also by being aware. And when the thing can happen, you're going to be aware and know, say, say a thing can go on, say a goal can score now, and you start move. Because you're aware that a goal can score now, the things is happening that make a goal can easier score now. Well, a telephone call, I think, is highly possible here now because I get some signal towards that, and I'm going to welcome the first caller to the telephone. Good morning, welcome.
Morning, Mr. Intellectual. How are you doing?
Hello, welcome.
Yes, sir. Morning. You, great intellectual, a learned man. Like Earl Hamilton, I'm Portia.
What's about Portia?
She's your intellectual, she's done foot,
Which one are the Portia?
Pardon me?
Which one are the Portia?
Former Prime Minister.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So I was going to talk to you this morning and tell you about eternal life and what's happening today in society. You get a change from God.
You talk too fast.
If you get a dream from God talking to you,
You get when you say you get energy from God.
Yeah.
Oh yes, okay.
Yeah, okay. Well, Papa Stan on the war from the umbrella gang want to take over Jamaica.
No, hold on, no, you talk too fast. You say Papa San what?
That you are, the umbrella gang want to take over Jamaica.
No, well, Papa San, right?
Yes, they want to come and rape and kill. And in fact, the police
No, how Papa San get connected with the umbrella gang? You not talk plain.
Okay, the umbrella gang want to come and take over Jamaica. I've informed the police and the military and the prime minister about it.
No, yes, no, you don't care. Listen, you don't care. You just talk fast and you don't really care. So I'm not going to spend that much more time with you because you don't talk for we here. You only talk for make yourself feel good.
Okay, so sorry about that. Hey, listen, God bless you all.
All right. Yes, I mean I know some people. Most people have some problems which most people have some problems or some behavior or some habits that are hard to control. Now going like we're better than that, brother. You have any more calls? Yeah, we're not going like we're not pretend like we're better than a brother. And I know that it is difficult when somebody have a habit that is well rooted in your behavior, whether you're conscious of it or not, is not easy to replace. Or that's why I say use the word replace, because habits, my experience is that habits are not easily just got rid of. I think habits most usually you get rid of a bad habit, undesirable habit. When you replace it, you have to put another habit in the place of the habit that is not desirable. It's not easy to just let go of habits, so I think you have to replace it. Put another habit that is good. If you don't like the habit, it's most likely because the habit is not good. And to replace and to get rid of that bad habit, I think you have to find a way to replace it with a good habit. Good habit. So when I telling that brother to slow down and so on, him probably have a habit of talking very fast. And I think him conscious of it because I hear him talk about it already. But I don't know if him realize that him have to replace it now with a habit that will do good. In other words, him have to replace it with a habit of talking to people slow. When him talk to himself, because every human being talk to themselves. When him talk to himself, him can talk as fast as possible because he will understand what him is saying. I think one day if him awake to the reality that him can replace that habit now with a habit of talking slowly and clearly. But how to get that across to him, that now is the question, you know. I have to work on me, I have to work on it. Or anybody want him to slow down, I have to work on it. But the greatest thing is when him himself now want to slow down himself. Yes, I was talking about Papa San and an umbrella gang and want to take over Jamaica. I can't make out what him really saying. Him talk so fast. Anyway, a few things. Just not everything that is the biggest thing in the news that I decide to talk about every day. Sometimes I do, but everybody know how. Well, I don't know if the whole island get back the service of water supply yet. After a couple of days of interruption of water supply in the whole country and island of Jamaica. But it is so good when you can regain certain conveniences before it really reached up a point where it mash up your whole arrangements. Clean water, can you imagine? Clean water, running water. And them call the supply of water. It not when I say them, it is recognized by most people that the supply of water, clean water, is an essential. The first thing is a service clean water, the supply of clean water to the public is a service. It's something that is serving the public. And it is also recognized as an essential service. Essential mean very important, those things that you cannot, those things that human life cannot do without. Essential. And you know that the essence of anything is the most vital part of it. That without that part of it, that thing is not real or not the same. Essential. Well, we have a next call. Okay, the numbers are 6191508, 6191508, and 2798473. 2798473. Now, another essential service is the provision of the care of health. The care of health of the public is another service that is expected in organized communities anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world that people organize themselves into communities, the care of good health is a service that people know that we cannot do without the care of good health. Next call. Good morning and welcome. Good morning and welcome to the program. Are you there? Good morning. Welcome to the program. Not hearing anybody on the phone. Are you hearing me? Good morning. Welcome to the program. Not hearing me? All right. Do I have to go to some live chat, you know? Some live chat for today. Harlan Michelle. Harlan Michelle is bidding us good morning on Bess FM Radio and wishing us a nice weekend. Have a call? All right, next phone call. Good morning and welcome.
Yes, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Is my voice sounding low? Somebody tell me that my voice sounding low.
No, man, your voice is fine.
All right, go ahead, please.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what do you think about those skulls and bones that they found at the Royal Lodge building?
Skulls and bones that were found at where?
The Royal Lodge building that they are demolishing.
Royal Lodge building, where is that?
In Morant Bay.
All right, I understand that at least. I understand that the remains, the bodily remains, in other words, the bones and some of the flesh that might remain. The bones of 7 people has been found in a building, an old building that seemed to be abandoned, not being used again, and was being demolished in Morant Bay, that is the capital of St. Thomas. Now, that place also happened to be used for years as a lodge, as a meeting place and a home for a secret society that is called lodge, right?
Yes.
And what are lodges and secret societies mostly known for?
Cultish operation.
Yes. Me and you, hold on. Me and you might term it cultist operation because we observe the behavior of people who in those organizations, and they might not call it so, but secret society alone, the name secret society alone, confirms that these are some association of people that don't want their business to be known, and them go so far as to even acknowledge the name secret society. So when you see skull and bone and all kind of things that that make people uncomfortable, found in great numbers in a building owned by people who always practice secret activities, it raises a lot of suspicion and a lot of superstition. What do you think?
Rightly so. You know, a few years ago at Yale University, they found similar things called
Yale University in the United States.
Yes.
What they found skulls and what?
Bones. As a matter of fact, that university holds a very elite secret society that is called Skulls and Bones.
Yeah, that is one of them That's one of them society on the campus there. Is it for males alone?
Yes.
Which one of them? Which one of them two universities, Harvard and Yale? Which one of them admit women?
I'm not sure, but I know that Skulls and Bones, they do not admit females, only males.
Yeah.
George Bush was a part of that. Well, he's a part of Skulls and Bones.
How much George Bush you have?
Both fathers, two past presidents.
Both of them was in Skull and Bone?
Yes, both of them.
Mm.
Well, the son is alive now, so he's still a part of it. And that's not something that is a secret. That is publicly known. But let us get back to Jamaica. My concern is something of a homicide nature concerning this demolition, and they found these bones and skulls. And I've not heard anybody saying anything in the public about this. How did these bones get there? And also the coffins that were found. You know, these are a part of certain cultish behavior that even people who are high in society participate in. And the public does not know this. You know, and you know, these are things to be investigated because.
All right, stop there. Stop a little, please. Who should investigate it?
Well, the police are investigating it right now.
No, I don't ask you who. I don't ask you who is investigating it now. I say who should investigate it.
Who should investigate it?
Yeah.
Who should investigate it?
Yeah, it is your opinion that these things should be investigated. That's why I'm asking you. Who should investigate it?
The necessary authorities.
Necessary authorities. You are of the opinion, and probably rightly so, that these things should be investigated. So you must have an idea of who should investigate them.
So these bodies.
No, let's leave the bodies. They're going to get complicated and take longer to reach to some understanding.
All right,
hold on, please. I'm asking who should investigate these things. There must be a body of people or some individuals who you think should investigate it. Who you think should investigate it?
Well, I am assuming that the police force with their forensic analysis team should undertake the task.
All right. And anybody else you think should investigate it?
Yes.
Who? Who?
That's what you want.
No. Anybody else you think should investigate it?
Well, there are many other.
No, just tell me yes or no if anybody else should investigate it.
Yes, man, yes.
Like who?
Yes,
Who?
yes.
Like who?
Not to my immediate knowledge.
All right. Well, I go and volunteer on an answer.
Yes.
I believe that the public should investigate it also.
Yes.
But the public is individual people. Usually when individuals get organized in a group, you call that an institution or an organization. But as I say, the government paid services of security should investigate it. And I also believe that most things also should be investigated by the things that concern the public and that affect the public welfare. The public should investigate it also. And I think probably what you are doing is starting a little inquiry in yourself and sharing it. So I think that's what's happening. Right, cool. Look here now, you can call back. I could talk long about something else. I think our next call is waiting.
No problem.
All the best. Thank you very much. Next one. Good morning. Next call there. Good morning and welcome. Not there. All right. Yeah, there's a live chat. Get back to some live chat here. Next one is Odal Barnett says, greeting to Straight Up family. And J Law say, Jerry, you are very low. I don't know if you mean my voice is very low or if me as a person is very low. I think you mean my voice is very low. Have a next call? Next call. Good morning and welcome.
Indeed, Brother Jerry.
All gone.
Okay, hope I come in through clear.
Yes, man.
Yes, man. Well, Jerry, give thanks. You know, give thanks for life.
Yeah.
Give thanks for the rain yesterday. Mother
Rain?
Nature will never strike on us, but
Rain
sometimes it can strike
did
us, you know?
fall in some place in Jamaica, is that right?
Indeed, indeed.
Mm.
Yeah, man. Jerry, I want to express my condolences to the relatives and friends of Miss Barbara Gluden.
Yeah,
You know,
her husband.
she passed away today,
Just after her husband?
just after her husband.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know.
Yes, my brother. Sadly, it's just within the last 2 hours
Yeah.
we got the news.
Oh.
I can imagine how she was heartbroken, Jerry. You remember last week we were talking about the death of her husband.
Yes, because her husband just died a few days ago,
Exactly.
and they've been together more than 60 years.
Indeed. Yes. I remember you actually corrected me when I said 50, but you said over that.
Yes, because him reached Jamaica, I think, 1952,
Yes.
and not long after that, he meet her, and I think them get married by 1960.
Okay.
So she
Yeah.
was found in her
Oh,
home.
I gather that she was in the hospital.
Oh, after the
Yeah.
death of her husband, she go in hospital.
I'm not sure, but they say she was ailing for some time.
Yeah, she been deteriorating for a little while.
Yeah. Jerry, I used to remember, you know, enjoying discussion with she and Garnet.
Garnet, the public affairs phone caller.
Ah, I like how you put it. Yes. Yes, man. I used to enjoy over the years. And Jerry, it's funny, because something came back to me. I remember, it might have been in the early 2000s,
Yeah,
could be before that. She used to point out to listeners, say, look, there are some things where persons, parents, guardians, others might consider little things in
yeah.
terms of some indiscipline and some behavior of the youth, children.
Mm.
And many times some of them will say, sure, that I know nothing. She said, them little something I know, we're gonna call I know nothing. One day it's gonna add up to big things.
Yes.
You understand? And it will lead to that's it. And it contributes to the depravity and the rot in the society.
Yeah.
So nip it in the bud and don't ignore it or give it a pass. So sure, that I know nothing.
Because that is a terminology that would be used and be very familiar to both herself and her husband. Which terminology?
Sorry, go again.
Because that is a terminology that would be very familiar to both herself and her husband. Which terminology may I talk?
You mean I don't pick up?
Nipping things in the bud.
Oh,
You
that's
know, so
what you mean. Yes.
there were two flowers,
Yes.
carers of flowers and foliage, and therefore them know, so if them want get out some parasite or pest or thing, they should nip it in the bud while it is yet young.
That's right.
Before
And it doesn't mean say if you nip it in the bud in a way where I use like a sledgehammer to kill a fly.
No, sledgehammer can nip things. You have to have a nipper.
True. Right. I always use an axe snider.
Yeah, man, overkill.
That's it. That's the point. And right now, Jerry, when you see some indiscipline taking place, even in the school, on the road, you understand?
Mm.
I'm sure she herself, when she sees certain things that go on these days, will reflect on, the things that she said in the past.
Yeah, we neglect, many times we neglect things and later.
Yes.
Later
we lead to regret it.
It take up so much time.
Yeah.
Take up so much time and effort. Hold on, please. Take up so much time and effort, and you feel like you're not making no progress. And sometimes you're not making no progress because it left it too little and too late.
That's it. You understand. The other day I hear a lady talking to a talk show host about something that went on in a high school.
Yeah.
And the woman was pointing out, some disciplinary measures that she believes is lacking.
Yeah.
And the talk show host said to her, boy, I would want to come to your school now because you sound like a serious woman. Now the measures that the woman was pointed out is nothing that is an overkill. She was reflecting back on her days, in school,
Mm.
and some of the things that take place back then.
Yeah.
And she said she used a term, I find interesting. She said them say nowadays go with them old times, a modern times we know.
Yeah.
But she said a modern time, a modern time.
Yeah.
The madness will take place.
Yeah.
Imagine students on social media mimicking oral sex. And
Come again. Imagine what?
So go again.
What you say? Imagine what?
Imagining students in uniform and social media videos mimicking oral sex and intro buckle.
Students in uniform mimicking it where?
It might have been in a classroom.
Oh, okay. Well, a long time that kind of thing going on. Long time that kind of thing going on. Let me just point out that Barbara Gludon is the only person ever get my old man for talk on radio in Jamaica, because for years him resist talking on radio, being interviewed, participating in a public discussion.
Oh.
And how she got him to do that was sometime in the year 2000, sometime in about 2002, or probably a year earlier. So sometime in about 2002, Farrakhan on a trip to Jamaica was being interviewed, I think, by her. And him pointed out that him want to get to know more about St. John's College, which was a private high school that was a prestigious private high school, but not a money people school, but it did have a lot of prestige in the 20s.
Yeah.
In the 1920s in Kingston, downtown Kingston, St. John's College, you have a few private high schools from them time. St. John's College, St. Simon's College, and so on. But Farrakhan was interested to know about St. John's College, and anybody who went there or know about it, because it was his father's brother who was the founder of St. John's College, and I think his father was involved there also. Farrakhan's father named Clark, and it was the Clark family that did found that high school. And she couldn't get in contact with nobody till she heard that Ronald Small was a student at St. John's College, and she contacted him. By this time, he had been retired for about 12 years. And he was retired from the Supreme Court bench from 1967. And then for 25 years, he was the manager of Hanover Building Society. And then he retired from that. And he retired from that after 20 odd years in 1990. So therefore, about 12 years later, when he retired for the second time, 12 years now, she contacted my old man and asked him if he would be willing to come and tell what him know about St. John's College, and he did. He did go on the radio, and there was a telephone interview with him, and him told about that. I have not been able to get a recording of that interview, because sometimes media houses and even government offices and things don't protect some important documents and recordings, But she was the one. So when you say she get him and get him to talk about that, and he gave a good history about St. George's College, because he had to go there after St. George's College wouldn't allow him to take an exam, so him too young. When he was 15, them never want to take him to take the higher exam in the school. You had a lower exam and a higher exam, like we have O-level and A-level, and you have senior Cambridge and higher schools. So his father had to take him from St. George's College and put him at St. John's College. So I just remember Barbara Goodan for that great accomplishment. Well, not great to some people, but great to me because it get me to understand some more things.
Right. Boy, it's a pity say, as I say, you not managed to get a hold of that recording, because I was thinking to ask you to get a hold of it and play it,
One day, somebody very well placed at that old-time institution said that them still going to search and see if them can find it. But thank you very much, here, sir.
Indeed, I shall return.
Yeah, man. Barbara Goodan passed away, veteran journalist and cultural icon in Jamaica. Write all of plays and pantomime. Do all of things. Our whole family, the Goodison family, well known for their contribution to the arts and culture and music. Well, music a part of culture. arts and culture and social life and so on. Well, the numbers again 619-1508, 619-1508 and 279-8473. 279-8473. All right, see it was here. It was the very next live chat. Otherwise, if I never take the phone call, I would have run right into the same live chat, giving the same news. Because the next live chat from Omar Blake says, "Good morning, Bongo Jerry. Barbara Gludan has died. So her husband went home in April and she followed him a few weeks after." See, it was there. But I did interrupt. All right, thanks for that, Omar Blake. Kevin Lawson said, "Hey, Uncle Jerry, keep up the good work. Blessed love, good." Simeon Pigeon said, "Bongo Jerry Small, or Robin. When I hear you pronounce that name, it makes me think of, oh, you gone a different place. I joke him I make still, but I'm gone a different place. Blessings to the rise again. To all good callers and listeners. Sister D. Ruben say, "Greetings and blissful rising Bongo Jerry, Bess FM family." Delroy Parkins say, "Blessed to you and your family, Bongo Jerry." Nice. Sister D. Ruben yelling, Arlan Michelle, Simeon Pigeon, upful vibes, brothers. Arlan Michelle returning the blessing to Sister D. Ruben. JLR said, "Jerry, I'm in Stony Hill. My phone is turned up high and it is still low." Kian Brown said, "Greetings and salutation. Best FM family, Brixton." Johnny Johnson said, "El Paso, Texas. Best FM." Sister D. Ruben said, "High society sacrifice them bodies we find in the old lodge. Independent public organization. So if public defender can investigate on the public behalf," and she's saying that the sound that she's getting from the program is good. And Johnny Johnson said, "Jerry, isn't it true most secret societies are based on the Egyptian mystery schools of Luxor and Kemet? All Masonic lodges, religious society of Friends, George Fox of England, Skull and Bones of Yale. Yeah, all of them are similar. Coming from restriction of knowledge, restriction of real knowledge, and perpetuation of imagined knowledge. To come back to that. Can you remind me to come back about the Masonic part of the secret society thing? Yes. Kean Brown says, "Sister D. Ruben give thanks. Attaining to think right. Opinion and feelings spot on. Me. No, yes. And Sister D. Ruben say 100% facts of Johnny Johnson. Delroy Graham say, "Grand Rise in all the space. Yale, Bongo, Yale and Harvard are both co-education. In other words, both males and females are now admitted to Yale and Harvard universities." And saying, "I am always giving a listening ear, dissecting and learning." Yeah, Yale and Harvard. I think one of them, I can't remember which one of them started to admit women before the other one. I think Yale University in America, I think it have a connection with a female university named Vassar. And they always group them together. Like say Yale is the male part of the university and Vassar is the female part. I think after that, them start probably admit females actually to Yale itself. I'm not sure. Somebody straighten me out, please. Johnny Johnson said, "Condolences to the family of Barbara Gludan." Yeah. And Simeon Pigeon say, "Yeah, Bongo, it's still low for overseas." That means the sound. Okay, the sound. All right. We have a piece of music here. We have this piece of music. Find it. There's a piece of music that was requested yesterday, and it was requested a few days before that, and I never played. And last night I heard it at a setup because yesterday evening, last night, there was a kind of setup before the funeral of Tabby. Is Tabby? Bonnie. One of the diamonds. A Bonnie? Bonnie diamond. Bonnie. It was a setup, eh? It's last night. No, the one who was shot dead. What his name again? No, not him. The other Bonnie. Bonnie was being buried before Tabby. Because last night was a setup for Tabby up at the Fab 5 headquarters up off Cranston Spring Road here. And one of the entertainers making a tribute to the work of the Diamonds and Tabby and Bonnie sing this song here. And no, the sound system played it. And it has been requested on this program a few days. Well, I've played it before. We're going to play it again today. It's named Wicked Can't Run Away. And it's by Glenroy Richards. And this was one of the men who was killed at Green Bay, trapped by the government and killed innocently. Trapped by the government and killed innocently. And just 3 months after them trap him up out of Green Bay and kill him, there's Michael Manley on the stage, who is one of the people who helped to trap him and kill him. And I don't know if he was aware that this musical song, it must have been made aware since that kind of, so the PNP is very much aware of culture and music. And people like Bonnie Goodison and people like Next Music Man, they usually organize them. A lot of them music man at PNP would have make Michael Manley aware, say, this guy did a Green Bay did sing this, and it was singing about the same kind of people who entrap him. It named Wicked Can't Run Away. Let's hear it.
They can run away from a judgment day. It was a wicked man who took us in chains to this land with nothing here to see. We didn't know just what life would be. Cause our foreparents were used as slaves. They had no choice of getting placed in graves. But somehow they will regret when every wicked start to live and pray. No matter what they do, no matter what they say, I know they'll have to pay on a judgment day. But if they try to run, every one of them will tumble down. Yeah, the days are done, and they couldn't control everyone. Every wicked man shall pay for the things that he's done this day. Yeah, I'm an addy and I say the judge guide us in every way. But they can run away from their judgment day. A wicked must get paid on a judgment day. Cause if he try to run, yeah, I tell you that he's gonna tumble. Where, anywhere he go, I say the good Lord always knows. Yeah, and that your time run out on you, we gonna break your heart in two. But there's one thing left to do, for every one of us to bury you. So you can run away, no you can run away. You can run away, I face your judgment day. Oh yeah, oh, whoa, I beg you. Oh yeah.
Yes, good morning and welcome to the program.
Morning, Mr. Smart. Good morning to everyone.
All right.
Yeah, firstly, we're still requesting the song from yesterday, Peace Treaty.
By who again?
Peter Tosh, Peace Treaty.
Oh.
Yeah, man, and calling in response to the question, it was the University, Harvard, did not admit women.
Yes, and what is about Yale?
Yale did receive women, But Harvard was the one that did not admit women as students, nor did they offer any official academic status. Now, a woman named Elizabeth Carey Agassiz founded a society for collegiate instructions of women,
Collegiate.
known as the Harvard Annex in 1879. Now, forward to the 1940s to 16, it was during World War II that Harvard temporarily permitted Radcliffe students to enroll in.
Oh, yes, Harvard and Radcliffe, yeah.
Yes, allowing women students into Harvard classroom for the first time. Yeah, so that was under Salcos.
What year them say?
During 1948.
Okay.
Yes, sir. 48.
Yeah, man. All right.
In 1963, the Harvard degree were awarded to Radcliffe students and women who were accepted into Harvard Graduate School of Arts and Science.
Mm-hmm.
And 1967, Lamont Library allowed women, this is interesting, to access its stocks for the first time.
A library in Harvard.
Yes. Interesting, right?
Yeah, man.
All right. Cool, Mr. Smart. Respect it.
Thank you very much, yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Cool.
Yes, Barbara Gludan. Large and very well-known family and very, them live a country, them live downtown, them live uptown, them have all kind of different experience, you know. And them move, from what I observe, very closely and warmly as a family, the glue. And they know they the Goodison family. And them they know man like Ansel Gludan come from Trinidad into Jamaica and settle in Jamaica and practically live in Jamaica for most of them life, because when him come here it was about 1920. And apart from 3 more years where he went back to Trinidad, or 2 or 3 more years, him lived the rest of his life at Jamaica. That's 70 years. Him died at 89. Think him come here when he was 19, go to university. Go back at Trinidad and couldn't get any work that suit him, and him come back at Jamaica, and think him been here ever since. Yes, but it remind me, them old time things remind me of something. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see this? This is a piece of Jamaican money. This is the highest denomination of Jamaican coin that I know. Highest denomination of Jamaican coin that I know. I think is a $20 piece. One of the, well, it never really red, but one of the so-called copper color money, are the only one that remain. But this $20, you know, it represents a unit of Jamaican money that I pay for this shirt here. The shirt I see me have on here, those who are watching YouTube. A $20 I pay for that shirt, yeah, when I buy it. And it was in a sale, and I buy it in a sale like it was selling extra cheap. Buy it for $20 in 1989. Soon be what, 33 years. That only go for show how much the value of the money deteriorate. The value of the money deteriorate, and one of the things that help to establish the value of a money or deteriorate the value of the money of our money is comparing it with other money. So if you have Jamaican money and you compare it with what other money can buy, you have a good idea of the value of your money. If you compare Jamaican money with American money, and then you compare it with Guyana money, you can have an idea of what is the value of that money. Can you imagine? I have a shirt at 33. I have some clothes older than this too. It not look but too bad. 33 year now. Nearly 33 year. December make 33 year, I buy it. I drive in a Franklin town one evening. one afternoon and book up a man a walk a sell some shirt. I made have a little extra money. And I paid $20 fee. That time it was not kind, you know. It was a $20 I think was the biggest paper money. $20 was the biggest paper money at that time, yeah. 1989. And I paid $20 for the shirt, yeah. Good morning and welcome to the program. Welcome. Are you there? Yes.
Hello?
Yes, come along, please. Good morning.
Yeah. You make a talk. I don't know. I ask still, because I never hear properly, so I don't want to talk what I do. About it ear good. They say, when I diamond and get shot,
Yes, you didn't know that one of the mighty diamonds got shot a couple months ago and dead.
No, sir.
You live in Jamaica?
Yeah, man, I'm there about 2 me ups and down, and more time, that him have time to scratch me sometime. Listen to the news and watch the news.
And then a few weeks later, another one of them died when he got the news.
Yeah.
So two of them dead in a few weeks.
Well, when I know about it, I know not too long ago, I hear Miss Barbara gone.
Barbara Gludan, yeah.
Yeah, was a nice woman still.
Yeah, she's very entertaining and
very elected, you know.
Very what?
Very intellectual.
Oh, yes, intellect. Exercise our intellect, yes.
Yes, man. Yes. I used to listen to her program a lot. On RGR.
When what? Oh, yes.
Yeah, man. Let's go.
Yes. Yes, one of the mighty diamonds, you know, the dreadlocks one. Two of them are dreadlocks.
Yeah,
well, Tabby. The one named Tabby was shot dead in a reprisal. You know, reprisal, tit for tat.
Tit for tat, yeah.
Yes. It is said that his son involved in some violent conflict. And then the people on the other side of the conflict, some of them apparently target him father and go kill him in a little sidewalk thing. You know, people get up on a sidewalk or listen music and smoke and thing. You break up. I'm not hearing you good.
I listen to the program actually every day.
You listen which program?
Yep, man.
Almost every day?
Every day.
Well, it's strange that you never hear, but it can happen. It can happen. All right, we have another caller. Are you there? All right, thank you very much. Apparently, the caller get cut off, but that is so. Now the other thing, somebody brought up the topic of the remains, the corpses and remains of 7 different human beings found in a building, which used to serve as a gathering place for a large secret society. And then the other thing interesting to me is somebody from the local government in that area, because that thing took place in St. Thomas, in the capital of St. Thomas, Morant Bay, where this whole building was being demolished and still being demolished, because it don't finish being demolished yet. And then find the remains of 7 different people in there, including one body in a coffin, almost rotten out completely already. And then now one of the members of the local government down there, because you know, say you have the government of Jamaica that run things all over Jamaica, and then you have the local government, which is the parish council that runs certain other minor affairs in the parish itself, parish council. So the councillors, different from MPs, the people who are in the local government, the council. One of the parish council for Morant Bay, I forget what his name, is telling people how much he visited the demolished building, the half demolished building, and saw some of the remains there. And after seeing some of the remains, him leave and go to his house. And he's telling the people that some of the ghosts that come out, that are some of the ghosts that are related to some of these bodies. I know, so them claims a ghost is related to bodies that was alive one time. The man claims that some of the ghosts them follow him going yard. This is a big elected official. When I say big, this is a representative of people who has been elected to represent people's concern and probably even to help to make people aware of what is going on, or more aware and lift up people mentality. Him is reporting that ghosts follow him go him yard, and he saw the ghosts out in him yard and them move around and them up on him lawn, and him see 3 of the ghosts, and at least one of the ghosts is female, and he was talking with the ghost, and then one of the ghosts call him name, and that time him get more frightened because him realize that the ghost know him name and probably know plenty about him, and he must go tell them here and tell some other people about the ghost. And this is the kind of mentality of human being now that's supposed to be representing people. Let's get to the telephone. Good morning and welcome.
Breaking news on the local scene, Brother Jerry.
Oh, go on.
I gather that the island's air traffic controllers have walked off the job.
Yes,
I gather that.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I gather that their growth is similar to that of the NWC workers. And
it's not. I don't think it's similar. I think their main complaint is that the equipment that they are given to work with is for at least 5 years is no good.
Yeah.
And it's causing a danger to air traffic in and out of Jamaica, and the authorities not responding to them, which is different from a money complaint, I believe. I'm not sure if they have any money complaint, but I heard that equipment is one of the main grosses of them.
Oh, you might be onto something there, you know. Could be all of the above.
Yeah, and last night, yesterday evening to last night, the airport was locked off and never opened back till 7 o'clock this morning.
Whatever you're saying to me.
Mm.
By the way, talking about airport, Jerry, a lot of people across the U.S. and across the world is shocked to know that a man with no experience on a plane managed to land a plane in Florida yesterday after the pilot fainted.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was guided down. By the way, this is a small plane, you know?
Yeah, them walk him through the thing.
Them walking through the thing. Even pilots, experienced pilots were shocked.
Yes.
For them have no experience and no flight time.
Yes.
But fortunately for him, he didn't want to run out of time.
Yes, the will to live is one of the most stimulating energy.
Yes.
You know, so therefore him listen very carefully.
Yes.
I knows that him life depend upon it, and yeah, man, and him probably have a level of calm, or if him never even calm normally, calmness just come to him. Anyway, it's 11 o'clock. Keep yourself calm.
Indeed.
Thank you very much, yeah.
Indeed.
We'll be right back. On this week's House Matters, farmers to get access to disease-free planting materials, urban traffic management plan almost complete, and phase 1 of the National Broadband Network 95% complete. Science, energy and technology was the focus in the House of Representatives on Tuesday, as Portfolio Minister Darrell Vaz made his contribution to the 2022-23 sectoral debate. For the science portfolio, several initiatives has been launched to increase science education in schools. In addition to that, the Scientific Research Council (SRC) has made a significant contribution to the development of products to support the micro, small and medium-sized community. Farmers also benefited from work of the science community, as 71,000 clean disease-resistant planting materials were cultivated for distribution across the island. Minister of Science, Energy and Technology Darrell Vaz told the House that the move is part of efforts to increase Jamaica's food security and make the agriculture sector more resilient. He adds that over 11,000 planting materials have already been distributed to farmers across the island.
These crops include various types of pineapples, bananas, yams, ginger and sweet potatoes. Work continues using tissue culture and the biotechnology applications to develop more disease-resistant crops, and this will be made available to farmers within this new fiscal year.
He says the government will continue to increase its use of science to improve access to quality planting materials for farmers and for the benefit of the wider society. In the meantime, the implementation of the urban traffic management system in the Kingston metropolitan area will be completed on May 27, 2022. Minister Vaz says the project will modernize and automate the traffic management system and improve travel time for commuters by 30%. He adds that the project is part of the wider energy management and efficiency program.
The project involves the installation of additional CCTV cameras, license plate video detector cameras, and overhead variable messaging signs. This will inform and warn motorists in near real time and modernize the traffic interconnection network with the fiber optic cables upgraded and the IT hardware and software.
Cabinet has approved the strategic framework for electric mobility, which will guide the introduction of electric vehicles in Jamaica. Minister Vaz says the next step in the process is the approval of the fiscal policy for electric mobility, set to be brought before Cabinet next week. He adds that once that is complete, the government can outline the full electric mobility policy, which will further guide the way forward for the sector.
What I can say on that is that the manufacturers of these electric vehicles will not consider Jamaica or any other country until a policy has been tabled as a government policy. So we are hoping to have that done, and once that is done, we will start to see the inflows of electric vehicles, and as the minister said, there will be some form of concessionary duty rate to encourage the use of this vehicle.
Finally, Phase 1 of the National Broadband Initiative is 95% complete. The project is part of efforts to increase internet connectivity across the island. Minister Vaz says Phase 1 includes the build-out of the fiber and microwave infrastructure in urban and major town centres across the island. He adds that the completion of the project wouldn't be possible without the help of the telecom companies, the Jamaica Public Service Company and other partners.
With this backbone, Madam Speaker, along with the government wide area network, we'll be able to provide more schools and critical government institutions with high-speed internet access. At the end of the fiscal year, 13 parish courts were connected via microwave, and 9 parish courts and municipal corporations were connected via fiber. As at last week, Madam Speaker, all municipal corporations are now connected via fiber.
Minister of Science, Energy and Technology Darrell Vaz. He says 100 schools will be connected to the network by August this year, in time for the start of the new academic year. That's it for this week's House Matters. Join us again next time for more on what's happening in the House of Parliament. I'm Andre Palmer. Take care.
A production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
For a better choice in all your electrical supplies, A, authorized 3M dealer and better brand names. B, better service including free island-wide delivery. C, all major credit and debit cards accepted. It's ABC Electrical Sales. Shop number 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We make your electrical jobs as easy as ABC. Call 754-3825-8 or fax 754-3659. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice.
Melody, melody, melody in our voice. Kemisha plays the music nice. Melody, melody, melody in our voice. Kemisha full of vibes. Best FM run the town. Yes, I run the town, hear me loud and clear.
They run the country and the town with a foreigner. Bless the love into to Empress Kamisha on Best FM, and it's all about the reset, you know. Mondays to Thursdays, 2 to 5 p.m. on Best FM. Keep it locked. This is Warrior King, the Black Emperor. Come on, tune in.
Wagwan.
Guten Tag.
Buongiorno.
We are
the Kingstones.
I think I love you, Best FM, because you're better than the rest of them. It's so amazing how I love you, Best FM, because you're better than the rest of them.
Half-a-tree. One already, 200. Ready, mama? Ready. Is this the confusion you feel when trying to work your way through medical systems in Jamaica? Try a dose of Ask Dr. Mary every Thursday at 5 to 6 p.m. Let Dr. Mary help you understand your medical problems and bring you to a calmer place.
Just pay your dues, my friend. Take my medical news. Oh, doctor, come to meet my patient. Oh, doctor, come to meet my patient.
The station that makes you feel good.
I love the station. I think it's great.
My station.
Moving.
This is my station.
Moving. Keep it right here. Keep it right here.
Bess FM. Keep listening.
Enemy came up against your home.
Hey, this is Apostle Chevon Lawrence, and I'll be on Best FM every Thursday at 9 p.m. with a program that is called Purpose Can't Die. In this season, you should win. In this season, it's your winning season. You don't want to miss it. Apostle Chevon Lawrence from Refuge Kingdom Deliverance Ministry will be on the air. This is your time to move into your goal that God has set before your life. Join me on the air, Apostle Chevon Lawrence on Best FM.
I've got to go with my purpose. The Lord has prepared for me. You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone I've ever met. You're simply
Best FM 100 on your dial. Keep listening.
It's good. It's better, but nothing beats. Best FM.
up the PC. Here to pick up the PC. Here to pick up the PC. Let the place look good, my brother. Let the place keep clean, my sister. Let the place look good, my brother. Let the place keep clean, my sister. So come along, my brother. Come along, my sister. Come along, my brother. Come along, my sister. Here to pick up the PC. Here to pick up the PC. Here to pick up the PC. Let the place look good, my brother. Let the place keep clean, my sister. Let the place look good, my brother. Let the place keep clean, my sister. So come along, my brother. Come along, my sister. 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 Here to pick up the PC. Here to pick up the PC.
Welcome back to the program into the second hour here now on the 12th of May. And we go straight to some live chat here now. Keeping up with it. Sister D. Ruben comment that to know say the artist was murdered at Green Bay and make the tune more poignant. Wicked must get paid. Imagine, in other words, he made this music before some Wicked organize and wipe out him and some other man, and him is one and say the Wicked must get paid and them can't run away. Cause even at Green Bay, some of the man them try run away and some escape, but this artist was one of them and never get for run away. And him go down, but the same way, so the Wicked now will get for run away and so on and so on and so on. Del Ryan in the live chat, greeting Bongo Jerry. New day, new thoughts, new strength and everything. Jamaica love. Dinetal Basco say welcome, so small. Documentary by Ron Marley. Marley visited Moortown and the chief said he wanted to develop a major tourist attraction. Bells are ringing. Hence the squabble. Oh, the Moortown thing there. Oh, things are going on. Have a call. Let's get back to the telephone, please. Good morning and welcome.
Greetings, Bongo.
Morning and welcome to the program.
Yeah, man, and big up to callers, listeners.
Come again.
Locally, internationally. You know what I'm saying?
Wagwan.
What I'm doing, my brethren, giving thanks as usual, you know?
Yes, sir.
Taking it a day at a time.
No true.
Yeah, man. Enough respect to the eye and to the people in the crew and staff of Bess FM. Yes, my brethren, but before me begin, say Neville have an apology for you, do.
Which one are Neville?
Big man Neville.
You mean alright, Neville?
Yes.
Yes, I tell him yesterday, but him
acknowledge unintentionally.
Come again.
That thing came out, although it was it wasn't really deal with, and it was unintentional still.
What came out?
Same thing, can't repeat it.
No, you don't have to repeat it, you can describe it. If it's a cloth, you can tell me what color, how long it was, if it clean, hold on, may I can help you? You know, have to repeat it. Like just for example, saying if it was a clot, you can say how long it was, what color it was, if it was dirty.
Very short.
Eh?
All right.
Short?
It was very short. Because
short clot?
He thought he wasn't on the air at the time, you know, because it was when he
then how you have mixed up tart and clot and tart? How you know the tart that was at the back of the clot?
No, when I say unintentionally, it was that when he finished speaking to you, he didn't realize that he was still on air. You don't pick me up.
No, I pick up pieces.
But he was saying, no, he thought he wasn't on the air, but it came out just before it got cut off.
You know, so that thing did that one time before?
Pardon me?
You did that one time?
You know?
You don't think, I tell you?
Yeah, all right.
You only smell a rat and I say it thinks so. But I am telling you that it happened before. You remember now? You remember?
You are correct. You are correct.
That what?
You are correct. That it happened before.
What happened before?
Same thing.
What?
A word come out that is not earworthy.
Come out of where? Of who?
Of Neville's mouth.
The way I laugh.
Because I laugh, man. I laugh because it was unintentional, to be honest with you.
Which one, the first one or the second one? Which one?
The second one me I talk about, because the second one me hear definitely. You pick me up?
But you said the first one was intentional?
No, I couldn't say it.
Okay.
And I'm not going
all right, Miss Lightburn.
If you pick me up though.
All right, Miss Lightburn. Okay, I recall.
As what Neville would say, head sick, head no good.
Yes, okay. All right, as I say, that's what before you begin. All right, begin now.
Yes, Mrs. Gludan.
Yes.
Condolences to her family, friends, and well-wishers, you know?
That's
as a public broadcaster over the years, she really gave a very valuable contribution.
Yes.
You know, I used to be a part of her program, you know?
Yeah. Regular correspondent.
Yes, and she was a very balanced individual.
Yeah, she balanced.
You know? Very balanced.
What do you mean? She balanced between the orange. You mean she balanced between?
She's a down-to-earth woman.
Oh, you think of the orange grove.
Pardon me?
You think of the orange grove she balanced?
Yeah, man. But you know, I really just want to give tribute to her and really big up the contribution that she had made over the years within the different fields that she was in.
Yeah, man.
You know,
mostly
she's
culture.
a resident of Garden Town.
Yes, Garden Town.
Correct, you know?
Yeah.
And I remember, you know, Jerry, one time she went on leave, you know?
Yeah.
And she went to the States.
Yeah.
At that time now, them that kill out the ganja population in Jamaica.
Who that kill it out?
Kill it out, the government.
Oh, which one they go? Which one they government?
From America.
Which one of the government?
Pardon me?
Which one of the government?
Which one? I couldn't say which one of them, but
you couldn't say.
You picked me up.
Eh?
I couldn't tell you which one of them was in there, but it was from the government still.
Yeah.
And when she came forward, because actually she went to California. She came forward. And Miss Goodan said when she started talking, she said, when I go to California, I go on a farm. And when I look, I see things miles and miles and miles. I know when I look on.
Ganja.
Ganja, you know. Miss Goodan said she was so surprised to see so much ganja field in California.
Legally.
Yes. And they must send illegal substance in Jamaica to kill out our ganja.
Yes, they must use poison. And the poison not only was killing out ganja, kill out a lot of our agricultural capability. Truly.
Because our ganja farmers used to kind of mix the crop, you know?
Yeah.
You know them plant it.
You have a plant them in between other things.
Yes. You know? And I remember that came out of her profoundly because she was so surprised. And after somebody tell her, she was see it for herself.
Yeah.
And she's not the type of person who see them thing there and hold it because she don't want to expose certain things. You know what I mean there? Yeah, man. So, I'm really Lord her, to be honest with you. Sometimes you have to see her when she's driving up to Garden Town and thing, a family member, driver and all them things.
Yeah.
And she's still down to earth. She not pass and she not alien and all them things there.
Yeah, man.
That's tell you about you. So my condolences to the family and I wish them all the best.
Yeah, it's a big test too. Big test to have the two major figure of the family die almost one time, but
yes. I will love somebody else again too,
Who that?
The brethren for Chris Amon.
Chris Amon, the racehorse
yes.
Racehorse personality, yeah.
Yes, my brother, Chris Hammond. And his brother, was Wayne Hammond.
Yes.
Called Chalice.
Of Chalice, yeah, musician, yeah.
Yes, man. Of you
Yeah.
I don't know if you could find the time to find out who Wayne Hammond sings Chalice. Livicated. So Chris
Hammond. Try me because if I remember I know all the part of them right now, it just blank me now, I can't to pick one of the name of the music.
I don't know. What I'm going to do again is do a local research.
Chalice.
Find any McCall and even tell the engineer what to do. All right?
Yeah, man. All right, thank you very much, Jason.
But give thanks and praise and pick up the crew as usual.
All right, good. We have a next call.
Respect.
Another call. All right, next call. Good morning. Welcome.
Welcome, Mr. Small.
Well, go on.
Well, I'm in the city, I watch peer police and soldier. When you go in half a tree and you go in the park, you see a lot of police and soldier and men from the fire brigade inspecting the park.
What they doing at the park?
Inspecting the park and taking notes in a book to see how they can come up with ideas now how to beautify the park for the 60th anniversary.
Now, how soon they come in at that?
I see the soldiers them in there, like they are a large part of everything that is going on. And I hear one of the soldiers said to the fire brigade lady that this park going to need 7 flags.
7 flag?
Flags.
Flag?
Flags, you know the flags pole that they have in the park?
Yeah.
Like they're going to fly flags up there.
Oh.
Yeah, so I just letting the people know if they're saying it.
You don't know what? I don't know 60th anniversary now. Or the president of India come here.
Oh, the president of India? You never see smoke without the fire.
And them are change the name of part of one of the street downtown and get an Indian name.
I beg your pardon. You see, that's why I love this program.
To make him feel good.
Anyway, Jerry.
What?
Yesterday, I hear you discussing God with a lady.
Yeah.
And when you finish discussing it, and in your monologue, you say, it's good not to worry. We must not find ourselves worrying.
Yeah, we must realize what worry make up out of and know say it's not a compulsory thing.
Yeah, and when I hear about the death of Miss Bludan this morning, it's the same thing flash in my mind because you see, when you attach yourself to people, like when you in a good relationship and you attach yourself to your spouse, and they pass off before you, it creates some worry.
Yeah,
and that worry will destroy you.
Yeah,
I see. I tell you, Jerry, say, most of what we talk on this program, they manifest themselves every minute. And I tell you, I really look at it and say, in space of less than 2 weeks, her husband died and then she died.
Then hear this now. Yes, Mr. Gludan, it's a family that very much admired, especially she. Brothers and sisters and husband and wife.
You know that Bob's Green promised planning to give award to 60 women this year.
Yeah.
Yes, they have that award that they're planning in the ministry where she's going to honor 60 Jamaican women.
All right, I'm going to play a piece of music for that.
Yeah, and Miss Gludan was on the list, you know.
Miss Gludan. But she can still get there now.
Yeah, I'm feeling and all those ladies going to get big awards.
Oh, you know the name them already?
Jerry, my name is Never. You know what never mean?
What never mean?
I'm a father named me, you know. Never mean New Town.
Oh, yeah, say Newville. Right.
Yeah, it come out of France.
Yeah, I know it's a French name.
You know, Jerry have a meaning, though.
What it mean?
Straight like an arrow.
Oh.
Jerry mean arrow. Jerry, most people don't know what them name mean, you know. And them call themselves name, especially alias name, and bring down crosses upon themselves.
Oh, bring down crosses upon themselves.
You know, so you're not supposed to call yourself God, though. You're not supposed to attach no alias to your name, you know.
No, most times other people attach it.
Yeah, and thing. That's why I really tell you, say. But one thing I must tell you, breaking news out of Russia and the war. The Russian army is on the retreat now in two major towns. They lost a lot of casualties last night.
Russian what?
The Russian army.
Yeah.
They are on the back foot. They are on the retreat.
Where?
In Ukraine.
No, Ukraine big. You have to tell me where in Ukraine them on retreat.
Oh, eastern Ukraine.
Oh.
Near the border with Russia. Because they get some new equipment from Germany. And the German equipments are very powerful, especially their anti-tank missiles.
Oh.
Yeah, so, and in America, they just released the inflation rate yesterday.
Yeah.
It is at 8.3%, Jerry. And 4 billionaires came out, 4 billionaires.
Yeah.
And said that inflation rate is a lie.
Yeah.
The inflation is about 20%. Yeah, and they say you must expect stagflation in the world. Stagflation. You know what stagflation means, Jerry?
No, I don't really understand.
Where you have a business and the goods that you have, they're just not selling.
Oh.
Because the people who have enough money to buy your item, especially if it have good substitute.
Good alternative.
Yeah. So I like on Waltham Park Road here now. A lot of the bars on Waltham just closing down, Jerry. They can't even pay light bill.
Yeah.
And a lot of the corner shop, a lot of them closing down because they can't pay light bill.
That's not the only reason why it's not just because them can't pay light bill. Frequently hold on. Frequently there's an oversupply of certain goods or certain services. And if you have more bar on Waltham, hold on please. If you have more bar on Waltham Park Road, more than what the Waltham Park Road and vicinity can support, after a while, especially if them don't want to reduce them prices, some of them going to go out of business. But those who either reduce them prices or giving better service or handling them expenses better when stay in business, or those who conserving electricity, whoever is managing the business better going to stay in the business longer, and those who are not managing so well going to close down and so on. So a lot of time is also oversupply of goods and services, and if them not do the service good, that can help them to close down too.
Exactly, Jerry, and the crime in the area. You know a place near Mackay Lane, Jerry?
Yeah, man.
About 4 murders going down there since last week, you know. Yeah, and even halfway through here, a 3 taximan who me personally know get murdered during the last 14 days.
Not in halfway tree. Not in halfway tree.
No, not in halfway tree, but they run through halfway tree. No, Jerry. Anyway, Jerry, take care of your program.
All right, thank you very much. Yes, sir. Next call. Good morning, welcome. Good morning and welcome.
Indeed, Brother Jerry, more development on the local scene.
Oh, go on.
I gather that the island airspace is now closed.
It closed back again since morning?
Indeed. They say not enough staff to man the operation.
Oh, yes. So there must be industrial action, yeah.
Indeed. But I tell you, when it's not one thing, it's the other.
Yes, and that's why Dimples feels it feel like flush himself down in a tile. Remember that, you know that music that if it ain't one thing, it's the other.
Oh yes, it's another.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes feel like flush himself down in a tile.
Imagine that. And in an attack shaving cream.
Yeah.
We'll say. Jerry, I had a memorable moment with Miss Luda and the ear some years ago, you know.
Yeah.
One day I call her, tensions were brewing, if I can put it that way.
Yeah.
Because an election was in the air.
Yeah.
So it was reaching a boiling point. Not in a violent way, you know?
Yeah.
And I called Miss Luda and it was about, it was near Christmas, put it away there.
Yeah.
And I said, Miss Luda, the wind of change is blowing.
Yeah.
Yes. No, she remained silent when I said that.
Yeah.
But when I said Miss Luda, feel the Christmas breeze.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy, Jerry, she was all smiles and happy.
You should have smiled upon the ear.
Well, it sounds like she was smiling.
She chuckled.
Yes, that's it. She chuckled. Yeah, man. She found that very interesting. Maybe someone say she never want to get into the political,
Yeah.
trend of the day. But when it comes to Mother Nature, she don't have a problem,
Yes, yes.
Yeah, man. Well, that was a very interesting memory I had with her.
Oh, yes, okay.
And I remember Garnet used to tell her that the time is going to come when education will be available, like how you can get goods at shop.
Yeah.
Yes, and he was talking about places where you learn computer skills and places where you go get educated apart from the, schools and universities and so on. Yes, and she said she lived to see the day when Garnet will come to pass.
Yeah. I wonder if she make Garnet did start stammer.
You never can tell. I would love to hear she and Garnet and Mr. Perkins having some discussion upstairs.
I know. I know the phone line choke up.
And can you imagine one Chinese can do 5 somebody walk? They can walk just Miss Gludan.
Yes, and Miss Gludan did solicit. Did elicit that those comments there. What they mean by one China can do 5 somebody walk?
I think what they mean is that the Chinese people, they are very committed when they are working. Yeah. And they not late for work. So in other words, they not stop every minute, gone for a phone, gone burn one cliff.
All right. Well, let me tell you. A Perkins did listen to the program a year now and him start report it and review it.
Yes.
Them never said one China can do 5 Jamaican work, No. But that is how Perkins it seemed to interpret it, and most people seem to interpret it. But what really happened is that one Chinese worker in the free zone was taught to run the machine, making the clothes, repair the machine, do some electrical assessment of the situation, do supervisor work and also do maintenance work on them with it. One China can do 5 different skill of work. Them now employing no China where only have 1 skill. And that way, the productivity of the factory was much higher and the productivity of China is much higher. And all those things have to do with the devaluation of money and the exchange rate and so on. When one person can do 5 somebody work, don't mean 5 Jamaican. 5 different posts in the factory work.
Okay, well that make a lot of sense to me.
It make 4 cents. You may both 4. It make 5 cents.
Indeed. Well, I'm glad you enlightened me on that, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who was.
Well, I listened it for weeks and months.
Yes.
And then my wife was working in the free zone. And I put 2 together and 2. And you know how much I get though?
Indeed.
Yeah, I get 4 plus.
You understand?
All right, thank you very much. Yes. On productivity, because you produce more goods in 24 hours when you work at them have them capability. And them take less lunch time, all kind of thing. Them produce more. Same thing happening in Trinidad, you know. The productivity in the Trinidad factories is much higher than in Jamaica. And through that Trinidad can, that's only one of the reasons, but through that Trinidad can sell them salt peanut for we less than what we can grow peanut and package it for. Because them work 24 hours a day when we probably work 8-hour shift or 2 16-hour shift, 2 8-hour shift.
Indeed.
All those
Thanks
things.
for shedding this light, Jerry.
Yeah, and me as a taxi man, I was able to increase my productivity, more work in a 24-hour, more than some other guy.
Indeed.
Yeah, because you can put out more work in 24 more than next guy, if a next guy not serious as you. And anyway, when I both only show your productivity have a lot to do with the value of what you have and the value of your currency.
Positive reality.
All right, thanks. You, sir?
Indeed.
We have more? One more call? Next one. Good morning and welcome.
Sir, small morning.
Where are you going?
Where
you say like Neville yesterday, where 2 days ago, cause start course. Me I go start course if I don't want no more night to the year, sir. All right, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Sir, small, I don't know when the tax office them are going to wake up and deal with the people them properly.
Tax office, like how?
Tax office, them need to shake up badly, man. I went to the tax office this morning and I got to pay.
Which one?
Downtown.
Yeah, it's only one downtown, right? The one at the bottom of King Street?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And what
I
happened?
got to pay 2 tickets for a friend of mine.
Two traffic ticket, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when I went to and I tell her, she said, no, it's only 1 ticket can pay.
1 ticket at a time?
1 transaction per person. Anyway, she did a mumble. So then like, oh, you know, she do it to them for me to go on.
No, you mumble now. You start mumble too fast, though. When she say, you should start mumble and then what happened, talk slow.
After 2 hours, I say, like, oh, there's no one in this line behind me.
Yeah.
Just give me the blindness, them, collect me to them.
Yeah.
They had mumble to carry in, to can't make out the carry number.
Yes.
So I said, let me get it there. Yeah, hold up the line, sir. What's about nobody behind me?
Yes, she hold on. What she mean say you hold up the equator?
Exactly.
What that mean? What that mean?
No, I hold up the line.
No, imaginary line. The equator is an imaginary line. And she not see no line, but she tell us she hold up line. Say you hold up line. So almost the equator you hold up.
Yeah. So I said to her, it's okay, give it to me. Let me join the long line. You know, when I go in the long line, Mr. Small, you have she and the next girl beside her, they talk about 10 minutes with nobody
Nobody getting attention.
In front of them, and you have the line long.
Yes.
And then did they talk, and I said, then let me see if we can get the supervisor. So I'm going to understand to them, did they talk about 10 minutes.
Yes.
And laugh, and you have customer in front of you.
Yes.
So when I did the man said,
no, you talk too fast.
I said to one I tell them, so let me talk to the supervisor.
You still talk fast enough. Slow down yourself.
I go and tell one I tell her.
Yeah.
And I said, let me talk to the supervisor now, please.
Yes.
And him call out the supervisor, customer.
Yeah.
I did there wait for about 4 minutes, because I'm time them, you know. I look, I see supervisor. So I step away from the counter.
You start speed up again. Talk like you talk. Talk like you're in a trouble and you try to get away from the jury.
So I step away.
Yeah.
From the teller.
Yeah.
So I see the supervisor now come. Anyway, I did it and I see one lady come on in front and him said to her, he said to the gentleman, say, where's the person? So him say, see him there. Here the supervisor remark. Then when him call me and step away, I kiss her teeth, you know.
Yes, sir.
So I say, then I can't talk to you as supervisor.
Yeah.
Because you want supervisor yourself.
Yeah, no, what happened? Yes, but you see? I feel, and I know you feel. At the same time now, you have been tempted now to get miserable, and that time now you now get no cooperation, and things just go from bad to worse. Because it's a temptation, you know. Temptation, you know.
You know I didn't get miserable that small?
Yeah, you nearly what?
I didn't get miserable, you know.
Yes, I know you're tempted to get miserable, because you're going to say, what kind of supervisor now going to bring about better behavior if she start to criticize you, the customer, in a little irritating way, instead of she say, come here, all right, let us see if we can work out this. Please come, sir. And you, member of staff, you listening. Both of you listening now. I'll make you see it go. Yeah. No, you're going to talk fast again. You know, you're going to get a sentence in if you know talk.
You know, we tell the truth.
Yeah.
One gentleman, they right behind me, and him look for me when the kids are kids. And I turn to him and I say, but me can't go talk to the lady, man. There's a lady worse and they tell them ourselves.
Yeah.
And the man smile. And me just wait until my turn to go do what I do. And me just pay and come out.
You just see what? You just pay and come out. You know about a complaint. You know about a complaint.
No, I go to her.
Yes, well, all right. You see the man will smile when you tell him that and him smile? Guess why I think him smile?
Well, to me, man, look and say she's over and it's tell them herself.
No, him smile because him no want running and no trouble with them. So him just smile and behave himself and say, me not get involved, you know, cause, you know, say, if them can't catch Harry, then we catch him short. So, So gradually. But you know that people working in public service, them is under great pressure now. You think, hold on there. I now make no excuse to them because I cuss more time still, but I must stop cuss still. Alright, you think it's easy to deal with people like me and you?
You know, I told you you work just small.
Yes, hold on. It's not easy to deal with people like me and you then. Then worse now the people that are deliberately wicked now, worse than me and you know. But me and you know, still we argue with them. So, and you know, say, what up a pressure going? And then you up now. You have another pressure going on. You see tax office. It's the first place me work when me left school. And in the tax office, you have a whole heap of private customer.
Yes, that means I say
meanwhile, you in the line up and a try get through. You have private customer who send them work, go give them in an envelope with the documents in there. But there's another envelope beside that envelope where fatter than the documents. And what do you think make that envelope overweight?
The other envelope.
What? No, the other envelope were fatter than the envelope with the documents so they want to process. Why do you think that envelope overweight?
So they want to get through, man.
No, a whole heap of calories in that envelope. Whole heap of calories with share calories and all different kind of calories. You understand? Michael calories and nanny calories. So you have a whole heap of private customer now who you just see one of them, another workmate come in the cashier cage and chat to them like them a chat about fingernails or eyelash. And then neatly now you see them pass two envelope, give them and gone away. Those are the private customers that getting through before you. And if you
some of these tell bright up with it, they're not hearing us.
I know, but you see through the government now, the minister them a thief more money than them, you know. Although you might not like how them a run them liquor racket there. The minister thief more money than them, you know. So you must know, so them are under pressure. And if the minister so bright, them will get bright one too. But it's a whole lot of pressure. It's not easy to deal with the public. And then worse now, if you're in a system where the system will show you, say, boy, I could deal with things this way or that way. Yeah, if you not go along with it, you will get unpopular in the office. You know that?
Yeah, you go. Some review need to go on with the tax office.
You talk too fast and through that I tell you say you're going up with a sentence. For if you not talk, make the jury hear you. People will say. Some review.
Need to go on with the tax office.
Review no need nothing. People need things. You talk about review need to go on. No review no need to go on. Me and you need to review the thing. Anytime you mix up other people's needs with your needs, and I'll get you know, I talk about this place want a shake up, the place not want a shake up, the place want to go and saying like what it go on. And me and you need a shake up in there. But anyway, little by little we will understand how is it that we can bring about the changes in our community what we need.
There we go.
All right, thanks again, and call back again, not too long.
Yes, sir.
All the best. We have more? All right, we have some more. We have some more live chat here. I'll get off of the first one. Oh yes, documentary by Ron Marley. Okay, Bob Cosmic said greetings. Best FM crew. Karen Brown said the choice of colors. Standard banner. Did we read this already? Kevin Lawson said Jerry YouTube sound is very low. Or Mary Wilson, no sure we'll never read this one. Jerry, let's remember Mary C. Cole, okay? Today is International Nurses Day, okay? And she was an international nurse, if there ever was one. Mr. D. Ruben said, him conscience about him soon talk more. I wonder who this comment is about. I'm not following. We'll soon find out. Marie Wilson said Mary C. Cole had to combat racial prejudice because she couldn't pass the color code of the day. Delroy Henry said, Bongo Jerry, God and nature first make us who we are, and then out of our own created genius we make ourselves what we want to be. Very true. Bess, Mr. Newman said to say, he always full joy sharing thoughts with you. Best, Mr. Newman. Yeah, somebody mentioned Mr. Newman up to yesterday. Remind me who he is again. Mr. Newman. Delroy Henry said, Bongo Jerry. Well, no, we did that one already. Eli Ejahism said, the ghost guy is serious. That is the council in Morant Bay Division. He is the danger to society. He should be removed and admitted. Well, we're going to remove him because there are people around him. Most of them believe in the same dopey thing. Kian Brown said, there is no mention of our Mary C. Cole in no media house or on the airwaves in London. But them hill thing open to the Florence Nightingale Museum wing, okay? At St. Thomas Hospital. Big up Mary C. Cole, yes. Taki Lemko say, morning Bongo Jerry, Best FM crew, all on board. Taki Lemko continue. My condolences again to the family, extended family of Barbara Gludan. Mark Edwards said, bless up yourself, Bongo Jerry, East London Link. And I am here in Jamaica, okay. Lancelot Wilson said, Neville, the Russians are not on any retreat. You need to listen to the creditable media outlets instead of the Western propaganda media. That is CNN, BBC, France 24, and WION and CBS. Kian Brown say, happy is the ones who has broken the chains which hurt the mind and has given up worrying once and for all. Taki Lemkwa say, what about the song by Josie Wales, Wrong Move? Oh yes. And a significant soap opera radio drama penned by Miss Gludan in her honor, yeah. She did have a radio drama named Wrong Move, that's true. Wrong Move by who you say again? Josie Wales. Okay, nice suggestion. I'm not sure if we're going to get to play it today. Let's see. Josie Wales. Alright, Bob Cosmic to Taki Lemko say, greetings family. And Taki Lemko reply to both him and Sister Ruben. And yes man. Thank you very much. The numbers again are 619-1508, 619-1508 and 279-8473, 279-8473. Yeah, there is something else I'm trying to remember. And okay, just recently a prisoner was released in the United States, from a United States prison, who's been in prison 45 years. And he was a political prisoner. In other words, a prisoner who is being in prison not for any criminal activity, but because of the political activism and stirring up of people that he went on with. He was a whole-time member of the Black Panther Party in America. Black Panther Party, an 85-year-old man, I forget what his name. Being in prison now 45 years. Can you imagine? from 1977. Him been in prison from 1977 till now. And he was eligible for parole. In other words, him serve good time. Him serve time in prison with a very good behavior record. And it was supposed to be reviewed that him can get released from many years ago, more than 20 years ago. And them refusing him parole all these years, even though him is a model behavior. In prison behavior is a model of good good discipline. And them just let him out, 85 years old. Can you imagine? All right, I want to play a piece of music, Indian Love Call by Gloria Lynn. Lovely old piece of music. Can we hear it? Have enough time? Or need more time? Indian Love Call, Gloria Lynn.
When I'm calling you, will you answer too? That means I offer my love to you to be your own. If you refuse me, I will be blue. I'm waiting all alone. But if when you hear my love call ringing clear, and I hear your answering echo so near, then I will know our love will come true. You belong to me, I'll belong to you. Then I will know our love will come true. You'll belong to me, I'll belong to you. You belong to me, I'll belong to you. You belong to me, I'll belong to you.
Yes, there is some music and some pieces of music that are so beautiful that the words, not even the words of the music itself, can really describe it fully and unsatisfactorily. You have to just listen to it and hear it and experience it. That's lovely. Indian Love Call by Gloria Lynn. And that is from about nearly 60 years ago. And we have some more live chat here again. The numbers are 619-1508, 619-1508, and 279-8473. 279-8473. Yes. Sister D. Ruben said, this Bongo Jerry, I dopey the council in Morant Bay. I the dopey the man say follow him home. I eat a bite him. Yes, okay. Truth to post, a good morning, Bongo Jerry. Every narcissist who aspires to be a petty dictator always set out to have total control of the army. Pablo Music said, drama, arts, culture, and moral fiber. The great soul of Miss Gludan, yeah man. Condolence to the Goodison family, Irie. Yes, Pablo. Bob Cosmic say, love and only love to you, my sis. That's his sister D. Ruben. Yeah, man, I remember when me a youth, me start notice Miss Gludan. I never even know her name, but I used to, I don't really, my family never really buy the Star, but sometimes we go someplace and see the Star, you read it. And yes, there was a column, there was a page in the Star that deal with social events and the latest gossip where I go on where people are say about this, that, and the other. And I think it the name Party Line. Party Line, and the name was signed. The person who write the article and I tell about the latest things we are going. Call herself Stella. And you see them draw a picture of a lady sit down on an office chair with her back to you and her desk in front of her writing, and she have a telephone in her ears. I think she used to have it. Somebody can remind if she did have a telephone to her ears in the drawing. In other words, she always getting some calls telling her the latest thing, and so she get the call, she writing it down and a little more. She make you know what is going on here, there, and everywhere. Inside of people's business, outside of people's business. So afterwards, I hear my sister and some other people are talk, and them I say, it's Barbara Goodison. It's Barbara Goodison I write this article now, but she don't use her name. She put Stella. I get to find some of my sister. After we come from country and start living in Kingston, she moved from St. Hilda's High School, and she come now at St. Andrew High School, my sister. Come at St. Andrew High School when she about 14 years old, nearly 14 years old. But I don't know if Barbara Gluna was still, I think Barbara Gluna was still going to school at St. Andrew High School by the time she reached there. She must have probably been about 4 years older. About 4 years older. And later on, we get to find, say, yes, this is Barbara Gludan. And she was working at the Gleaner for many, many years, doing that kind of work, another kind of work, and also very involved in the cultural affairs of Jamaica, very much like Louise Bennett, but not as a performer. Not so much as a performer. She gets involved in a whole heap of writing of plays, writing of radio programs, writing of pantomime. I think she write a whole heap of the score them, and when I say a whole heap of the script for many pantomimes over the years. Barbara Gludan. All right. Let us play back that piece of music because we never finished listening to it. I think was I interrupted? No. It's now 12 o'clock. Let's go for the midday.
We'll be right back.
Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez with the JIS Midday News for Thursday, May 12. Coming up, phased rollout of Jamdex underway. Cabinet approves strategic framework for electric mobility, and Prime Minister expresses condolences to the family of late broadcaster and writer Barbara Gludan. The news in detail after the break.
Miss, your total is 8,900. Cash or card?
Do you take credit cards?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Here. And here's my ID.
All right, just stay here for a minute. The machine is right over there, so...
Stay where? Try not to say anywhere you go with my card. Me I go too. You go on. Me I follow right back at you.
When shopping, never let your debit or credit card out of your sight. Your information can be stolen in a split second. Protect your card. Protect your cash. A safety message from the JIS.
Now the news. A phased rollout of Jamdex, Jamaica's central bank digital currency CBDC, is underway, while the process to amend the Bank of Jamaica BOJ Act moves forward. The central bank provided the update in a recent release, noting that the changes to the BOJ Act will make CBDC legal tender and enshrine the bank as the sole issuer. It says National Commercial Bank NCB currently offers Jamdex through Link, its digital wallet. This means anyone with Link will be able to transact using Jamdex with another Link wallet holder at a date to be advised by NCB. Other digital wallet providers are being assessed in the bank's fintech regulatory sandbox in preparation for distributing Jamdex later this year. BOJ is therefore encouraging members of the public to sign up for access to a digital wallet which offers Jamdex. The public is also being reminded that Jamdex is issued and backed by the central bank and is safe, convenient, and secure. Jamaica is now one step closer to seeing an expansion of the local electric vehicle EV market following Cabinet's approval of a strategic framework for electric mobility to guide the introduction of EVs on the island. Minister of Science, Energy and Technology Daryl Vaz says additional policy is being developed which will allow global manufacturers of EVs to consider Jamaica as a viable market.
We are now waiting on the fiscal policy framework, which we expect to come to Cabinet hopefully by Monday of next week. And once that is done, then we'll be in a position to actually outline the new electric mobility policy. So we are hoping to have that done. And once that is done, we will start to see the inflows of electric vehicles, and there will be some form of concessionary duty rate to encourage the use of this vehicle.
Minister Vaz was making his contribution to the 2022-2023 sectoral debate in the House of Representatives earlier this week. He says an electric vehicle council has been established to give oversight and review any policies, legislation and regulations related to the deployment of EVs in Jamaica. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Science, Energy and Technology is implementing several programs for the popularization of science in schools. Portfolio Minister Daryl Vaz says the move is aimed at creating a scientifically literate society that can make informed decisions as well as promote science as a viable and rewarding profession. He adds that the National Schools Science and Technology Society program, also known as Science Club, has been revitalized and refreshed through the efforts of the Scientific Research Council, SRC.
The SSTS now involves a yearly program of activities, including regional meetings, CSEC, CAPE and PEP workshops, essay debate, performing arts competitions, and national science and technology fairs. Additionally, 40 science, technology, engineering, and math ambassadors have been trained to provide mentorship and resources to teachers and students.
Minister Vaz was speaking in the House of Representatives on Tuesday. The minister says the Science Club is now a popular feature at over 700 schools across the island. He says the ministry will continue its work to strengthen its science division. And Prime Minister Andrew Holness has expressed condolences to the family of late broadcaster and playwright Barbara Gludon, who died on Wednesday night. Mrs. Gludon died in hospital just days after the passing of her husband. In a social media post, the Prime Minister said he was deeply saddened by the passing of the veteran broadcaster, journalist and writer who was known for her no-nonsense analysis and commentary, adding that he grew up listening to Mrs. Gludon on radio. Mrs. Gludon was also chair of the Little Theatre Movement, where she was responsible for scripting the company's annual pantomimes for decades. She was conferred with the membership in the Order of Jamaica in 1992. In 2012, she became a Fellow of the Institute of Jamaica, and a year later was inducted into the Press Association of Jamaica's Hall of Fame. That was the JIS News. I'm Lorraine Mendez. A production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Lakshmi Singh. Americans are processing a painful reality that to many seemed unfathomable just 2 years ago. The coronavirus has killed nearly 1 million people. And that's just in this country alone. COVID-19 has claimed millions more lives around the world. NPR's Rob Stein says the Biden White House is leading the U.S. in commemorating another somber milestone in this pandemic.
In memory to so many lives lost, the president ordered flags lowered to half staff at the White House and all public buildings and grounds, military posts, naval stations, and vessels, and marked the moment in recorded remarks at the start of a White House pandemic summit.
Today, we mark a tragic milestone here in the United States. 1 million COVID deaths, 1 million empty chairs around the family dinner table. Each irreplaceable losses.
Biden urged the nation not to become numb to the ongoing loss of life and to remain vigilant to try to prevent as many more deaths as possible. Rob Stein, NPR News.
U.S. diplomats have returned to the Ukrainian capital for the first time since before the Russian invasion in late February. NPR's Jason Beaubien reports the full U.S. embassy in Kyiv is expected to reopen in the coming weeks.
The acting U.S. ambassador to Ukraine and charge d'affaires, Christina Kveen, says her return is important logistically, but it also underscores the U.S. commitment to Ukraine right now. Kveen tells NPR that the current war is about more than just Ukraine or U.S. interests. She calls Russia's invasion of Ukraine an unprovoked breach of international norms and completely unacceptable behavior.
It is basically fundamentally destabilizing the global international order, and that is a concern for all of us.
She says donated American weapons are already in the hands of Ukrainian troops, and more military and financial assistance is on the way. Jason Beaubien, NPR News, Kyiv.
Russia's been trying to prevent the Western military alliance from expanding, but after witnessing the invasion of Ukraine, the president and prime minister of Finland say they would support their country entering NATO. NPR's Frank Langfitt has more on that.
What we've seen, particularly since the invasion of Ukraine in late February by the Russians, this kind of reordering of the European security order. I've spent a lot of my time traveling in Europe talking to people about it. And this sort of confirms for what many people have known for weeks, that the Finns are headed towards NATO. The Swedes and the Finns are very close politically, so Sweden is not going to want to be left out of this, and they're expected to apply and be welcomed into NATO with open arms.
That's NPR's Frank Langfitt reporting. At last check on Wall Street, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was down more than 1% or 350 points at 31,484. The S&P's down 42 points, also more than 1%. And the NASDAQ has fallen nearly 1%. It's at 11,271. It's NPR News. North Korea test-launched 3 ballistic missiles today. NPR's Anthony Kuhn reports from Seoul. The test came the same day the North admitted having a coronavirus outbreak after insisting for more than 2 years that it did not have a single case.
South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff say the short-range missiles were fired from or from around Pyongyang's main airport. They're the 16th known test this year. This month, the North has tested what are believed to be an intercontinental ballistic missile and a submarine-launched ballistic missile. The office of South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol, who took office Tuesday, condemned the launch. North Korean state media report that authorities discovered an Omicron variant in Pyongyang on Sunday. They didn't say how many cases were found or where they originated. North Korea has not begun to vaccinate its population against COVID-19. Its government has rejected millions of vaccines offered by foreign donors. Anthony Kuhn, NPR News, Seoul.
The Judd family is sharing new details of the mental illness that resulted in the death of their matriarch, country music star Naomi Judd, nearly 2 weeks ago. In an interview with ABC's Diane Sawyer, actor and activist Ashley Judd shared that her mother had used a firearm to take her own life. Naomi Judd died the day before she and her elder daughter, Winona, were to be inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. In speaking out about her mother's mental illness, Ashley Judd says it's important to distinguish between the loved one and the disease. If you're someone you know is in crisis, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline can help. Number is 1-800-273-8255. It's NPR.
We all have moments.
Wagwan.
Guten Tag.
Buongiorno. We are
the Kingstones.
I think I love you best of them because you're better than the rest of them. It's so amazing how I love you best of them because you're better than the rest of them.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-Time Taxi Service is more than just a ride to the other side of town. They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
We are something special on the road.
The station that makes you feel good.
I love the station. I think it's great.
My station. Moving.
This is my station.
Moving. Keep it right here. Keep it right here.
Bess FM. Keep listening.
Easy. Let not your hearts be troubled. Just believe in God Almighty and daily renew the mind. As we live in this time when fake is more valued than real, lies prefer to truth, the unnatural put above the natural. This is Lady Donna, aka Double D Don, with a new song, Almighty Jah, encouraging your people to keep the faith. God will make a way. Get your copy today. It's on all digital platforms. Lady Donna Official on Instagram, Facebook, AsujaRecords.com. For bookings, Asuja Record Label at Gmail. Almighty Jah!
Value yourself, man. Believe in yourself. It starts with the love of self. The money and the clothes are right, but what matters is a positive mindset, a hopeful spirit. Yeah, man. No focus on things, man. Things don't make the man. Man make the things. Self-love is the greatest love higher. Stop, look left and look right and look into yourself. I want to you. Live up. Keep it positive and live your life. Now watch the hype. All a meditation, don't you lose your mind. Live up. Don't give up. Slash said that. Man.
You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone I've ever met. You're simply the best.
Bess FM 100 on your dial. Keep listening.
Half a tree, 100, half a tree. Bossy, how you do I take taxi star?
Jano, I want to tell you, say, 2 months now, my transmission mash up, and I check everybody and can't hear nothing positive.
Yeah, hear me? You waste all that time I shop around and never call the experts. Winters Auto have them. Them have over 35 years of experience and them diagnose the problem and get back your transmission brand new. For them service excellent and efficient. Trust me, man. Yeah, hear me? Call them at 929-7040 or go to them at 106 Maxfield Avenue, Kingston 13 and talk directly to the boss. Just tell them I'm me send you.
Wow, you big star. Yeah, man, respect my boss.
Yeah, try and call cause trust me.
Waiters Auto Spares and Repairs, good afternoon.
What a relief.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats. Best
Wagwan.
Guten Tag. Buongiorno.
We are
The Kingstones.
I think I love you best of them because you're better than the rest of them. It's so amazing how I love you best of them because you're better than the rest of them. Feel the love and happiness in a world of goodness and have a little peace of mind. A simple kind of love.
Isachar Music presents the single Peace of Mind by Ornella, produced by Sangy Davis, distributed by Tough Gong International, available on iTunes and all digital platforms. Email isacharmusic with a Z at gmail.com. Peace of Mind by Ornella is on the Isachar Music label, promoters of clean, uplifting reggae music.
To enjoy life's creations and get a little peace of mind. Love that's kind, oh, yeah. Everyone needs someone. Every heart needs to love.
Bess.
Here to pick up the pieces. Here to pick up the pieces. Here to pick up the pieces.
Let the place look good, my brother. Let the place keep clean, my sister. Let the place look good, my brother. Let the place keep clean, my sister. So
Come along, my brother. Come along, my sister. Come along, my brother. Come along, my sister. Here to pick up the pieces. Here to pick up the pieces. Here to pick up the pieces.
All right. Yes, good afternoon. Okay, we are now past noon and into the second half of the program. Good afternoon and welcome to the back to the program. I think we're going to take a call right away. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Small.
Well, go on.
How you doing, sir?
Fine, thank you. How you doing?
Give thanks, yes, sir. I'm all right so far.
Good.
Yes, sir. May I ask you if you could clarify something for me?
Yeah.
All right? All right. First, the word dispatch.
Yeah.
Can you give me a clarification upon that word of dispatch?
Well, in my words, to my understanding, dispatch is both a verb, a verb of action, an action word, like I say, run, climb, write, action word, action that people can take.
Yes.
All right, so it's both a verb, which is an action word, and it's a noun, which is the name of a thing or a person or a place or the name of an action too. Because the name of action is a noun too. The name of action,
Okay.
Hold on. I don't finish, man. Just give me a time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Like when I say you execute somebody, that's a verb. But the name of the action, the name of an action to execute somebody, the whole thing where you do have a name, that name execution, that's a noun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, dispatch, as far as I know, mean to send something from one place to a next place or to send something away. Something away. And now you can send something away slowly, or you can tell somebody to go away, like you dispatch them, but you dispatch them urgently.
Uh-huh.
But if you dispatch them urgently, people can say that you describe, say, boy, he dismissed that person with dispatch. In other words, you send them urgent. You make them no linger at all. Move from yourself.
Yeah.
Like you slap with one ball, like a bowler coming where you threaten, say, I'll soon get you out. And
Yeah, in the twinkling of an eye.
Yeah, you slap with all 2-3 ball there with dispatch and make them know, say. And I couldn't hear them talk to. So you have dispatch, we mean sending away, and you have the dispatch.
Dispatch.
Like a message sent even in a military terms, I think when them send an order or a message, or even a report by a journalist back home to him radio station or to him newspaper where that figure print or publish, them say that's a dispatch. Something where you send back from one place to another. I don't know if I make it understand better.
Yeah, man, me overs way I say, man.
Yeah, if you have your dictionary, if you get a dictionary,
right.
Yeah, good. Go ahead.
The next lead we want to give you now is MOMBASA.
MOM.
BASA.
That's an S like in ship?
Yes, sir.
That's the name of a city.
Mamba Mombasa.
That's the name of a
Mombasa
city in
Mombasa
Kenya.
grass.
Eh? Mombasa
That's
grass. What is that kind of grass that must come from Mombasa? You know that grass? I hear about that already. Wait, mean. What kind of grass that? Is that
I don't know where Mombasa is not much.
is in Kenya. Kenya. Mombasa is a city in Kenya.
Kenya.
And I hear about Mombasa grass. Must be a kind of medicine like it I say fever grass.
Okay. And for another the next thing, Transparency International.
I think that's an organization that try to see through things that people not seeing clearly or that is being hidden deliberately. Transparency International, I believe so. You understand?
Yes,
you understand what I'm just saying?
No, not really, not quite.
Transparency International. You ever hear about Alcoholics Anonymous?
Yeah.
It's an organization. What them deal with?
Alcohol?
No, they deal with to help people who is addicted to alcohol to work themselves away from the addiction. So it's an organization
like
named
like a ASAT program.
Yes,
Alcohol and Treatment Abuse Program.
Yes. So now, Transparency International is an organization like that help people to find out things that are being hidden from them, especially by government or by public business. If a public business is selling sweet drinks, and some of the thing with them are sweeten the drinks with is poisonous, but them don't want you to know.
Yeah.
That means them operation is not being transparent. You can't sit through it and know exactly where you're getting at the drinks bottle. You have some organization will help you get in and find out everything that's going on in there. Or most things are enough to make you make a decision whether you're safe or take a chance with that drink or not. And same way governments might try to hide things that going on in a country and do have no transparency. And the Transparency International specializes in helping people to find out what is being covered up. And you know them kind of way there?
Like a statement was said in the scope news, right? We say that in the country, Jamaica in the 14th place in the corruption and perception index.
Yes, in other words, 14 places out of how many?
I guess I'm more likely out of the rest of the world now because.
So all right, so that means
the rest of the Caribbean.
So what them said, Jamaica is way up in the corruption or way down in the corruption?
Way down in the corruption.
Not very corrupt. What do you mean? Not very corrupt or very corrupt and way down at the bottom?
Very corrupt. In the process of being very corrupt.
Okay, yes. So Transparency International put out that kind of information?
Yeah, and another thing, Mr. Smalls, about one will say that no prince or princess in the Jamaican public sector vow to be tough on crime.
No prince. Who them refer to as prince?
Must have been the crime fighters.
Where you saw that statement?
In the Scope News and the Loop News.
Who is Scope? Who is them?
In Scope, them deal with the LG phone. They have the Scope in the Scope what do I call it now? You know, like you have WhatsApp, YouTube, and all that. You have Scope also. So them type of the first hand news, Scope and Loop News.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's why I see some of that. I shout it today to not to wake up anybody, but to make people understand. Say, this country, Jamaica, is not for just any one person.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks, yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Bless you, man.
Have another. All right, next call. Good afternoon and welcome.
Yes, Jerry, just a little info here on what the brother is trying to explain as Scoop. It's an online news medium, you know?
Oh, Scoop. Oh, Scoop. Him says Scoop. The two of them have the two words have a relevance, you know.
True.
But when you say Scoop now, it means more to me, because you know Scoop refers to when one media house or news media grab a news and get it before everybody else. Or get it when nobody else can get none of it. Them say that's a scoop. In other words, some goods over there, like a bucket of ice cream, and nobody can reach it. Nobody even know if ice cream in there. And everybody say, you know, like sour grapes, people can't get something and they say, sure. You know, it no matter so we can't get it, no, quite no good. The grape, they're no good. You know, people are trying to console themselves. Say, all right, I now get information about Ukraine. But not now good I go on to Ukraine. And then somebody go up, they go find out, say, all the thing are going good there, all the thing are bad. You go get a scoop because you reach up in the bucket and scoop out one sample out of the bucket and go taste and find, say, a good ice cream, man. Meanwhile, nobody else don't know where in there. Scoop, so there's a social medium named Scoop.
Yes, there's a
how you call platform
medium, you know?
I don't know the proper vocabulary of them thing. What you call it? Platform or something like that?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But I'm glad you explained for me that you realize it never pronounced the word, you know?
Yeah, scope him say. Yeah.
Right, so right now you make me get a scope. I bet a scope of the thing.
But it's like when the person that talk about one China can do 5 people work. And the 2 way sound sensible. One sound like the Chinaman, I do 5 times the amount of work as a Jamaican. And then I want to show say.
Because me man, the man so they just left the drop down.
Them just what?
Them just left the drop down.
Yes.
Yes, it make we even more
misinterpret and believe like it's a stamina thing. Meanwhile, it wasn't stamina, it was skill. But because them have so much widely in demand skill, them up and down like a busy bee. All over the factory, people, as them done one thing, somebody a call, because them is a jack of all trades.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Jerry, what is karma?
I don't know much about it, but over the years I've got to absorb the drift of the meaning that karma is a philosophy, is a word in philosophy. I think it's coming from some Indian spirituality or spiritualism that say whatever is done by one person or a group of persons will affect how good their life is going to be in the future, or if them going to get a next life to live in a next body. The bad or good things that them they do in the previous body going to catch up with them and them pay feet in the next life, or them get pay. Is either them going to pay for it or them going to get pay. You're going to get a nice bonus or you're going to get a big deduction where you never look for in the next life because you did do something bad, you know?
That's what you mean. Well, Jerry, I don't know if this is calm about one thing. I realize sometimes some people meet them judgment sooner than later, you know?
Instant. What you say?
I see in South Carolina, a man died from a heart attack while burying a woman he strangled.
What you say? Him kill her and try hide. He might try hide the evidence.
That's right. I try to bury the evidence.
So 2 of them dropping in one grave. In other words, the Jamaican folk wisdom would have said, dig one hole for somebody, dig 2.
Indeed.
Or that might be a last dig.
Indeed. At his age and stage in her life, to strangle a woman and try to bury her in her backyard. You understand?
You know much time people do them thing now?
True.
You remember a few years ago, a woman abroad working and like a lot of family members working and sending no money to other members of the family say, go and make some addition on the house. Or go refurbish the house. Or go build a house from me from scratch. And I send all up money. Well, our lady like that was sending money to our sister in somewhere in Portmore, remember?
Yes, man.
Was sending some money to our sister in Portmore. And then she come out for holiday now to come look on the progress of the house.
Yeah.
And little after she come, people not see her again and them hear, them assume that she must have gone back and them check and say, oh, where Mavis there?
Yes.
And the sister where them ask where Mavis they say, she fly out, man.
Yeah.
And little more now Mavis start to buy some cement, pound and 2 pound every week from the nearby hardware. Not buying a whole bag of cement.
Yes.
But after some months now, people start smell something funny.
Mm-hmm.
And after it smell funny, it smell fishy.
Indeed.
And after it smell fishy, it think.
My God.
So the smell start come out and people are trying to locate it because, smell is a funny thing, People will be trying to locate a smell and them go round and round in a certain area.
Yeah.
But them not pinpoint the area properly.
Right.
Zero thing. 1 minute, ma'am. You can take this phone number from me and call it. Yes, Corbett. So afterwards now, when the smell start people start realize, wait, at the house the smell come from.
Yeah.
And when people start talk, and when the hardware man start notice only 2 pound the lady I buy every week, every 2 weeks.
Yes.
A suspicion and a wonderment come.
Indeed.
A suspicion and a wonderment come.
Yes.
And I don't know if it's police or the people, but I think police and some other people did go excavate.
Oh, yes.
Excavate the house and find said the bath. In the bathroom full up to the brim with concrete.
Mm-hmm.
But concrete stay when it cure.
Yeah.
When it cure for a few days and get dry and the moisture dry out tight, it get hard. It contract a little,
Yes, true.
So it's like a fraction of an inch right round the rim of the bath. Have a little space and there so the smell will come out.
Yes.
And when them dig, them find the woman's sister in there. Where she concrete.
Imagine that. Then Jerry, if she can do that to her own sister.
Yeah.
Who has been
What she would do with you?
Indeed.
You done that already, man.
Well,
if you are if you was our boyfriend, that Annie Palmer.
Yes. Imagine that.
So careful where you mix with and where you mix concrete with.
I see you thing. She would have make a good honey bait say cute in Russia.
Yes, man, I tell you.
Bait up the man them.
Maybe it's a situation like that down at the lodge hall in a Moran Bay.
Yeah, man, you want political representatives set up if I let him go home and 1 or 2 of them are children.
Him not much better, man.
Well,
him
Duppy know who frighten.
Yeah. Duppy can't frighten Duppy.
Well, serious thing. I'll drink to that and lift the spirit.
All right, yes, sir.
Indeed.
Yes, sir. Have any more call? Next call. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Small.
Hey, Sister Andrew, how go on?
There I give God thanks,
Nice.
With all what go on, with the water crisis.
Yes.
Shortage of things, the economy, and with the COVID. But what I want to tell the people them?
Yeah.
Don't think that this germ's gone.
You mean the COVID epidemic?
Yes. Them nothing think it's gone. Them still wear up them masks when them can. Still keep them hands clean.
Yeah.
And keep out of crowded areas because you see in the past 2-3 days, the amount of people where call me, will catch this sickness. You understand?
Yeah.
It's just frightening. You understand?
Them go to doctor and get proper examination.
Of course. Even right now, one of my family member, I test him now.
Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah.
I text him a test.
Mm.
And one of my good friend I go with, she did go do the test. And I hit. And somebody come our yard come do a little work.
Bring it there.
And bring the germs. You see,
And what
so
about
it's not gone.
yes, and what about the traveling now too? Because traveling start back.
So,
You know that the traveling start back.
Yeah, I know. So the traveling, everything open up now. Everything open up. But people not to drop them guard.
Yesterday,
you understand? I mean, I advise the people them when even I come on my place. If you see me have somebody door and them have the alcohol sanitizer and no rush them.
Cooperate with
If
them.
they even ask you to say, put on your mask, no rush them. Even my own people them where they there, me have to dump on them, put on the mask too.
Yeah.
So I not just who are coming, even who me have inside, me have to depend. You understand?
Yeah, because
please.
If you're going to if you are going to insulate a place, if you're going to insulate a place, if you're going to make a place waterproof, if you're going to make a place watertight, or if you're going to make a place soundproof, you deal with music, and you make a place soundproof, or if you have a nightclub or an entertainment spot in a neighborhood and you don't want to make noise and disturb the neighbor, therefore you're going to make the place where you're entertaining people soundproof. You can soundproof three side of the room and left one side and say, sure, that is enough soundproof. The sound will escape and you're going to disturb people. So whatever precaution you take, it must be airtight.
That's why I'm saying
anyway,
people them with them amongst me. Me I beg them and me I ask them, just please, just follow the protocol. Put on your mask. When you want to go take a fresh break, go one side.
Yeah.
You understand? Because you can't keep on the mask all day.
Yeah, you go one side where there's not a high density of people, open space. When a whole heap of you there, you distance. That you can breathe in and breathe out freely.
You understand?
Take
but
a
it
walk.
arise. It arise. It did it. It not go nowhere.
And then now, yesterday I understand that the United States, the death toll over the last 2 years reached 1 million, must say yesterday.
I heard that too. You know? But this thing not normal. So I just advise the Jamaican people, in my place, out of my place, roundabout, don't take it simple.
Some people for years in Jamaica did were sure that AIDS, no such thing exists as AIDS, you know. AIDS.
Yes, one, we know HIV, AIDS.
Yes, a lot of people were convinced that it not really exists, so. And then afterwards, some start realize that because about them say it's only homosexual that is a danger. It is not a danger to ordinary people. And people go on explaining things and fooling themselves as long as them want to, you know.
Not true. AIDS is still here. AIDS is not gone nowhere.
Of course, exactly. I have millions of people now living with AIDS. But that makes some people comfortable and them say, see, the man live with AIDS, but the quality of life is far less than if you never have the AIDS. And also, many people still dying from it. It's not just like that people living to 20 and 30 years with it. Plenty of people are dead from it and all kind of different stuff.
Yeah, but they're not talking about AIDS again.
Exactly.
A different thing they're not talking about, but it's still there.
Yes. And suppose if them they deal with AIDS like how them deal with COVID, it wouldn't spread so much, you know. Because when people have tested positive for the COVID virus, they are required to disclose who and who them was near to for the past how much weeks and who them know had it that them was in contact with, and they are required to inform people if them was at a party last week or a funeral. They are required to contact back the people who have the party and ask them to contact all of them. The people was invited and make them know. So 5 people was here at the party who is now in hospital. So therefore check out yourself, you know. And if that was done with AIDS, it probably would be contained long time now. But because of the militant community, especially the militant community in the homosexual world, who did push back against any disclosing of anybody's name and say, don't get into my private business. Because of that, it run wild more than, if it was dealt with like how the COVID dealt with, I think they would have found out all who was in contact with the wells and either get for warn them or get them to insulate themselves.
But them no want to find out, my lad.
No.
Because of them created, so them no want to find out.
Well, all that again.
There was a documentary that I watched in 1989, 89.
Yeah.
You know, that showed you who gave the money and how it was, created.
So it's the same way now.
We don't want to even start calling
name.
No government official name or whatever, but I watched that in the United States. It was live on BET in 88, 89.
So if
they
it
make it, just like how they make COVID,
Well, is that I was going to ask you, since it is possible that it was made deliberately, it might be true of other things that people suspect as being made deliberately.
What did you say about who made up deliberately now?
I said, since it is possible that AIDS was made deliberately, it might also be true of other things that people suspect as being made deliberately.
Of course,
yes,
because it's all about population control.
Yes, and see, even since the Ukraine-Russia conflict there, we hear of biological warfare that them out to use up and threatening to use up, and we as Ethiopian, we as African know that I think we first them to try the experiment, but when the mustard gas was perfected, I'm not sure if Ethiopia was the first place. But I know that Ethiopia was one of the early places where them use it to wipe out people. Because the mustard gas and the poison gas, when them let it go in our population.
What was that, 1935?
It was even before 35. But 1935, them start dispatch it in Ethiopia. And it's a thing where them start use it not just against people who them fighting, like them would have used it against the next army. Them start use it against the civilian population. And it's that thing when we hear say, when the mustard gas Lego or the poison gas Lego amongst the people, and you inhale it in your nose, it have a result of a whole heap of fraud start build up inside of your lungs. Right? Your lungs make for taking air, Your lungs make for taking air, separate out the oxygen out of the air and send back out where you don't want. But the poison gas, when you take it in your lungs now, it make a whole heap of fraud start developing in your lungs, and little more the fraud in your lungs when it full up. Because remember, the fraud make up out of liquid and gas mix up, And when your lungs full up of that fraud, which is liquid and gas, and the liquid come together, it drop down in your bottom of your lungs like it would drop down in your bottom of a cup.
That's the result of embolism, pulmonary embolism.
Okay, you know more about it than me. But what I hear is that just like how liquid accumulating at the bottom of a cup and take time fill up the cup, the liquid drop down in your bottom of your lungs and take time full up till it full up your lungs and it drown you. So the poison gas eventually drown you in your own fluid.
Yeah, that's called embolism.
Okay. And pulmonary refer to the breathing system, no?
Yes.
Breathing. All right. And is there a reason why you get...
As I mentioned that, when a certain so-called doctor did look after Prince Emmanuel when he was ill, that's the result of him passing away.
That's why I said to myself that you
filled his lungs and he had embolism.
Oh, and what did cause it? What did
so-called doctor, when he noticed that he was turning purple, he hurried to his car and then left.
Oh yeah.
But you could read it in the same book I wrote.
Yes. That's what I was just going to say. That it sounds like you have a personal experience about that kind of condition.
Yes.
Recently, but that doctor, was it a public doctor or it was a doctor that was connected to the group of
He was a public figure. I heard he died.
Oh yeah, recently within the last 6 months to a year?
Yeah, but or a little bit over a year.
Is a Rasta man?
Is he Rasta? Is he Rasta? Or one of them football doctor there? Let's not call his name on the radio.
Okay, that's what I was wondering if that is what it means.
One of them football doctor there.
Yeah.
You know? I had spoken to him.
So what you
when
think?
he
What you
went
think?
to Bermuda to
yes.
confront him about what did he give to Prince Emmanuel
Yeah.
and what transpired there, you know. And I let him know, you know, your action, you know, because after you give the man all these injection with, say, I inject vitamin, people don't inject certain things. It's either you give them by IV drip or by mouth, but you don't put in vitamins in injection needle. And then when you turn purple now, you run.
Vitamin in injection needle.
You can give vitamins through
right,
via IV.
Yes.
But so dry, what you don't call it, undiluted vitamin to be injected into a person's vein. Even Prince Emmanuel was saying to him, anything where you can't give me in a needle, you can't put in my mouth.
So it had to be liquid to be put in the vein, though.
Yes, of course, but that type of vitamin wasn't made to be injected. It could have been done via IV because it would have been diluted.
Yeah.
You know, and whatever else he was giving him. You know? Right. But you can read it in the book. The story is there, and the testimony from who was there that seen everything.
These are the books that you wrote, the 2 books that you wrote about the life of Prince Emmanuel.
The story is in there, yes.
I noticed recently on the internet there are a lot of footage, sometimes 1.5 hours, 2.5 hours and more and some less, about the bubble house, especially by people who have in recent decades become a part of it in different parts of the world. In the Caribbean, in Latin America and all about. You notice that? Yeah.
Yes. Man. You said something about the bubble house. My son was calling in on the other line.
No, see, I noticed on the internet recently a lot of footage and documentaries and interviews by some younger or newer members of the EABIC, passing on some of the teachings from some of the older members of the EABIC. You notice that a lot of footage on the internet?
Yes. A lot of programs is out there on him, and it's so good because since they said he died in 1970 or 1969,
yes, all them things.
It's good that they're now showing videos that he made even in the latest 1990. Because if you even go on the YouTube and look for a video with the EABIC, you will see him being interviewed by some people in Jamaica in the early 90s.
And he died in what year? He died in what year?
1994.
Oh, 1994, right.
Yeah, the 31st of May he passed on.
All right, 31st of May. This month is okay.
And actually his birthday is May 31st, 1914.
Oh, yeah? So that was exactly 80 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
he passed off on his birthday.
Somebody drew my attention to a social media platform with somebody calling themselves something or another horse. What them call it again? Something or another horse. And the person said that him is the son of Mortimer Plano. And I heard him stating how Prince Emmanuel dead from 1969.
There was a next person I get to understand because I did some interview on that. I heard there was a person who had called himself Emmanuel, or a person named Emmanuel also, because there's many Emmanuels. But this person lived on the adjoining complex next to where the camp was.
Yeah.
And he didn't have much help, and he died over there. And it's not until he started to smell that people had noticed that, you know, he had passed off. So they have it to say he died. But if that is the case, that they're saying that he died in 1969, then who is it that I sat with from 1987, 88, 89 up till 1994?
Yes.
Who is that man, Prince Emmanuel?
Yes, and you
Who
know
is
him.
he then?
And you know him.
Huh?
And you know him. Matter of fact,
of course.
Once you drew my attention about a year or more ago to somebody claiming to give a history about Walter Rodney and Jerry Small, and connected with some dealings in 1968. You remember you point out that thing to me, and I
it's
listened
on
to
the
it?
internet.
All right,
yes.
who is that person who was claiming to make these statements?
The person who made this statement,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know the person, you know, but I did give you the video.
Yes.
I don't know the person, but I did give
I
you
hope
the video.
I hope you still have it, because I would need to get it back. It disappear off of my phone after that. You know, these things disappear sometime.
I would have to do the research, because actually it just pop up on my phone by me, because I'm always researching any little thing that's out there on Prince Emmanuel, and it just happened to pop up. But I'm quite sure I could research it and find it back, because I didn't save such rubbish.
Yes. And you know that a lot of erroneous information was in that video, though.
Yeah, because they say you were working with Prince Emmanuel to do certain things, and Bakawal was never destroyed, and the history of Bakawal was all what was said and done about Joe Williams Green and Edward Siaga never happened.
Right.
But if you read in the book, I have interviewed most of the people who had bore the atrocity, because they did lick down the church and beat the people with the thing called busmecock, when they wrapped the electric wire, the JPS electric wire in rubber, and beat them, tie them by their locks, and they block off North Street and Maxwell Avenue. And even Maypen Cemetery, them have to run, go hide, and then beat them until some of them escaped to Cherry Gardens.
Yeah.
You understand? That's where they went to hide in the bushes up there.
Yeah.
You know? The story, all the stories in the book, you know, like I said, I did the investigation. People who were there, people who are suffering now from the lick them where them getting at them background, them waistline from them electric wire, the JPS electric wire. People were mash up right now. Like, I can't remember all of their names. The names them in the book, and so much of them will get beaten.
Yeah.
You understand? All Marshanti, she suffer from all of them things in the 1958 March, you know. So all these things where them are still alive, them need to find all a woman near Marshanti and look on the scar them on her foot, where Bagwire dig out when she run from the police them.
Yeah.
They need to find these people, and they need to go look for some of the people them were living at Tivoli Gardens, because I went into Tivoli Gardens and interviewed a lot of the old folks that was there in that time.
Yeah.
You understand? All these things is in the book, all the interviews. And these people can tell you, say, from in the early 30s, Prince Emmanuel did it, and them never stopped fighting him out. And they tell you, say, Edward Siaga, where lick him down and run him away and build up Tivoli Gardens. So when these people talking about, oh, he died from 1969 and all these things that they're saying about Bakawal never happened, they need to revisit history and talk to the people who actually bore the atrocity, the people that will actually feel the beating.
Yeah.
The people them will actually did better in the church when Joe Williams Green sending the D9 tractor driven by a man named Margaman for lick down the church.
Margaman was
not dead when they said he was dead, because I sat
Hold on. Is this the same Margaman who has been in Tivoli associated with Siaga since that time? Or was a bishop for a church down there?
I don't know if it's the same Maga man, but the information that I got from the people in Tivoli Gardens when I did the research, that's the name that I got.
Okay.
You understand? But I don't know if it, I know he was hired by Joe Williams. But I don't know if it's the same person who worked with
Joe Williams was working along with Siaga too.
Of course.
So probably it's the same Maga man.
Of course.
Yeah.
Driver Dina and tractor.
I don't know, but somebody who was well familiar with the area, and if Joe Williams got him to do a job, it's probably somebody who was very loyal down here too. But anyway, we will find out. Well, thank you very much for talking to us today, your sister Angie.
Yes, you're so welcome. You have a blessed day.
Yeah, man.
And your listeners too. And remember, the COVID is not gone. There's new strains. Please take precautions.
All right. Thank you very much, yeah?
All right.
We have some more live chat here, but I want to play a piece of music. We find this last piece of music. Is it Mighty Sparrow? What's his name? No, man. 60 sexy chicken. It's a calypso. All right, I'm going to see if I find that one now. I play it on the program. I'll do it. Probably in my folder too. 60 sexy chickens. We have a call here. Ready?
Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
What go on?
Well, I mean, I tell you, say, I'm here. This is the tune of me here you play there, where the youth they were singing where you say a Michael man.
Oh, the Green Bay music.
Yeah. It's a nice tune, you know. Me say all the
Yeah, man.
there, man.
A long time classic music, man.
Well, I mean, I tell you, so them people there. Well, I mean, I tell you, them two party, man. Yeah, man. I went the lady a while ago. She refreshing, you know.
Which one that?
Yeah, man.
Oh, yes, Sister Angie.
Sister Angie, yeah. You know, me that like me, you know.
Yeah, man. She's out by prior. You're traveling that country sometime. You know, going past St. Anne's Bay. You have a little place named Pryor, and you pass there and see all about 20 pudding a bake on some fire coal stove and a busy food shop there. You don't know about it?
Oh, that's such there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Not so fine, man. You know? Yeah, hey, Jerry, when you look on the whole thing, you know, all them people are doing Rasta, you know. And
which people?
When you look on, I talk about the PNP and JLP, and both political parties, both politicians.
Yeah.
So Siaga come back, Manley and the whole of them.
Yeah.
It's a thing where you have to read about both semantic and a whole, you know. That thing they thing they were not talk about back a while. No Bustamante project.
Oh no, but no, Bustamante was the MP in that area.
Yeah.
From the beginning of the elector of the MP politics from 1944.
Mm-hmm.
But another man from the other party went down there and made a whole heap of progress named Ken Hill. And Bustamante was afraid that Ken Hill would beat him. So after Bustamante was down there from 44, win back 49 and going to 55. Bustamante leave there and Ken Hill win now for PNP.
Mm-hmm.
On every election that was held, it changed from PNP to JLP and back. No party held that seat for 2 times straight, except Bustamante held it for 2 times in 44 and 48. After that, 44 and 49, and after that, every election it changed from party to party. No one win 2 times. No person win 2 times, or no party win 2 times straight. Then Siaga now in 1962 going there and run. And from him running there, him tie up the place in a way where nobody else win for 44 years. So him is the first person after Bustamante who ever win that seat 2 times straight. And more than 2 times, him win it must have more than 11 times straight, 44 years straight. So originally it was a Bustamante stronghold till Bustamante have a runway. And then Siaga made it his stronghold till he had to leave politics.
I want him go down there, 69?
62.
62, from 62.
And to 2005, him resigned from down there.
So that means, I suppose that constituency is supposed to have a record in Jamaica then.
Yeah, man, them have the record. And the highest amount of vote for one party. One thing, Portia Simpson Miller must get more vote than because she get more vote than what they even in the ballot box. The way the two of them start to mash up the garrison politics. Them get all more vote than what even exists. More than people. More vote more than people.
When on the constituency.
One next call, eh? One next call. Hello?
Yeah, man. I understand.
One other call. Alright. Yeah, man.
I understand. But I tell you, say, Rasta go through a whole heap, through Buster, man.
Yes, holy man, we must wake up. Must wake up and stop living a dream world. You can't go through so much thing and still live in a dream world. Even though tribulation is a thing that causes some people to continue living a dream world. Tribulation is supposed to wake you up. But some people take tribulation and just stay in the dream in order for can take the pain.
When you mention the killing about the artist there, it just remind me back how Siaga send man to kill Bob Marley.
Yeah, yes.
You know?
Yes, and that's why they was so embarrassed when Bob Marley called the two of them on the platform because the two of them send people to kill Rasta. The two of them, Manley and Siaga. The two parties send people to kill Rasta at different times.
I tell you.
I'm going to go to our next call. Call him back if you want.
Man.
Please.
Yeah, bless.
All right, next call, please. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Jerry.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm fine. Just asking one question and asking you to explain. You have a lady who died by the name of Mariam Samad.
Mariam Samad, yes, ma'am.
And she always said democracy failed the Greeks. If it failed them, it will fail us.
What failed them?
Democracy.
Democracy, oh yes.
It fails the Greeks. So that's what I'm asking you to explain. How did the Greeks fail by democracy?
All right, this is my lady from Spanish Town, this.
I come from Spanish Town.
Well, you're in a Spanish.
I met you in Spanish Town.
And you're still in Spanish Town?
I'm not in Spanish Town. I never lived there. I keep on telling you that.
But is you same one though, a long time ago you're from you?
Yeah, because my husband warned me.
Warn you what?
Huh?
When warn you say?
I spoke to you one time and he was saying that that's no way should a man be speaking to you.
What did it say to you? What did it talk to you?
You were asking some questions and I was trying to answer. But when I answer, it's like you didn't believe what I was saying.
Yeah.
I'm making it look like I was telling a lie.
Yeah.
So he said I'm to be careful. So I said I'm going to give you a ride for a long time, make you go on the program.
Don't make your husband, you can't talk them when you make your husband here, you know. You can't talk about you going give me a ride for a long time. Because him don't want you.
When I said ride, I let you go on doing what you're doing.
Yes, but you have to talk more careful.
And then this came up the other day, so I said I'm asking you to explain it
so
for
I
me.
really should have talked more carefully to you. I agree about that, right?
Yes.
And you also have to be careful how you talk to me too, because him misinterpret how I talk to you, you know. And him will misinterpret how you talk to me too.
Well, what I meant is that.
Yes.
I said I'll leave your program, let you go on talking and those kind of things. But this came up now, and I said I'm going to ask you now to explain to us
all right,
who are unaware what it means when it said what Mariam and Smart made when she said democracy failed the Greeks, and if we fail them, it will fail us.
Yes. So all is forgiven then.
You're always forgiven. I don't hold things against human beings.
All right. But you can't guarantee say your husband forgive though.
Well, yes, my husband will forgive depending on what happens. I see him forgiving people who have done very, very bad things.
Yeah. But anyway, I just little careful. I didn't need to talk little careful because I wasn't trying to put it down. Anyway, yes, Mariam Samad, I never really discussed that point with her, but you know that it is said, well, first thing that the word democracy come from a Greek word, you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it come from a Greek word, and also the Greeks, I think, some of them claim that is them develop democracy first, you understand?
Okay.
All right, what do you understand democracy to mean?
I believe that people have a right on any side, and they are able to say anything that they want to say on any side. And this two-party system comes in the way the people live our rights in whatever they do.
So you would say that is what democracy mean?
That is what I understand it as a layman term.
Well, yes, well, democracy supposed to mean rule in accordance with the people's will and not in accordance with a little clique of people or a royal family or the military or any church group, you understand?
Yes.
So it's the general population, the majority of the general population will is what government supposed to abide by rather than by the will of a family or the military or a religious government and so on. So therefore, democracy usually claim to find out what is the people will by taking a vote amongst the people and find out which way most people vote. Now, what is called democracy by choosing policy according to what most people agree with has been manipulated in a way where after most people vote for either one set of people or another set of people, is a smaller set of people take over and run the government and not those who answer to the mass of the people. So that's why Mariam Samad would say it failed after a while. The Greek them organize it and it failed to go on representing the people. And apparently I never really hear her say or discuss it to her. Apparently if that is what she said, what you are saying, she's saying that it will also fail other people who take it up and use it, like how some of us Africans would have said it is good for us to find out what the majority of us agree with. People that say that is democracy. And Mariam Samad might have been one and say that not gonna work neither. But because I never discussed to her, I couldn't tell you exactly what you really think about it. But when did you hear her say that?
She keep on, when I normally visit her sometimes,
yeah,
and in her discussion at some of the meetings with the UNIA,
yeah,
she would come out and say something like that.
And she don't when she said
fail the Greeks and it will fail us.
Yes, and when she said she don't add any other comment to clarify what she mean.
I think when she said it was that she was not pleased about something when she said it.
Yeah, because
she did not discuss it further. You understand?
Well,
but I heard her saying it more than one time.
Yes, please don't let us go over it over and over. The important thing is to see if we can remember what additional comments she made in that direction. Now, you said something to me a little while that gave me more information, and it's something that I was expecting to come out. When you say that it's usually when she was displeased about some decision, she said make that comment. That I was expecting to find out that. And when you said it now, it really seemed like, yes, that add up together, because if democracy is finding out what the majority of people in a group want, and then she's expressing displeasure with democracy, she would be saying sometimes what the majority of people want is still not the best thing, not true?
Yeah, but Jesus Christ himself said that when he said that broad is the way that leads to destruction, and many there is that go on it. And then he said again that narrow is the way to righteousness, and few would go on it. So maybe Jesus was telling us something about democracy there then.
Or the broadness, or the highway will carry the most people and the one will carry the less people.
Well, them said they want the narrow way carry the less people.
Yeah.
I said few find it.
Yeah, and then but it lead it escape. It lead you to escape.
It lead you to righteousness.
And problem is saying also that the way that is broad lead to whole heap of speed and accident and death.
That could be part of it, but the fact is I don't think they were having them kind of cars like what is happening now in those days when he said that.
All right, I need us to talk some more on this because little by little I think we can reach somewhere and quite likely somebody else who know Madam Samad will come in with shed some more light on this.
Well, I hope somebody who normally
man. So come back.
These, sections that he has sometimes.
Yeah, so come back soon. Come back soon, and I believe we're going to reach further.
All right.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
All the best.
To you too. Good afternoon and welcome. Next call. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sir. How are you?
How are you doing, ma'am?
Not bad. I was listening to, I think it's a lady called Sister Angie that was talking to you about encouraging people about to be careful with the virus.
Yes.
You know, a few weeks ago I was somewhere and I was standing in the very open.
Yeah.
And I suddenly saw like raindrops were coming down.
Yeah.
But it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
And when I look on the car windscreen.
When you look on the windscreen, okay.
The windscreen, I saw like it had spot, but I said this could not be rain.
Yes.
And so I went back into the car and sat, and when I look on the screen, there was this spot, like it appeared that it was rain. So I don't know. I said I kind of more taking precaution because you don't know what things are falling out of the air. You don't know what it could be. So
yeah.
She's perfectly right because sometimes what is going on, sometimes we don't really understand, and the freeway is there now and everybody wants to go enjoy the freedom, but at the same time, to be honest, we really, really have to take precaution.
Yes.
Yes, because honestly, we don't even understand this verse and we don't know how it operates really. So we don't really know how it come about, so we don't know what is going on. So as she's encouraging us, I really take, that we should really, really pay attention to our surroundings, where we are, where we go and all of that, and who we go amongst and all these things, because it's not over.
Right.
Yeah, and it's strange to know that it's not over and the place is still being opened up, so we have to be careful, really.
Even the government, when you hear them, when you see them implementing measures or lifting measures, making announcements and putting out figures, it don't seem consistent. All of the move them not seem like them rhyme with the other one.
No, because I look at it, my husband drives, I don't drive much, but he always tell me that if you're on the road and say you're into an intersection and with the light and say, are you going through, and somebody say cross, you make sure that you see the way is clear for yourself before you go or before you take the blood, because somebody can see from one angle and you don't see from another, and there can be an accident. So even though the government say go, people still have to be on their BP and make use and be observant for themselves. For ourselves then.
Yeah, because green don't mean go, Green don't mean safe. Green mean go if everything is clear.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's you supposed to clear,
Yeah, so let's just, just be careful, Let us be careful and have a good weekend. I know today's the last day of the program.
Yeah, the week.
Yes, for the week. So have a good weekend and, just be safe. All of us, let us try to be safe.
Well, thank you very much, dear.
Yes, sir. All right.
Yes, Miss Young. All right, next call. Ready? Yes, next call. Good afternoon and welcome.
Yes, good afternoon.
Where's Miss Thompson?
Yeah, this is small. And good afternoon to all of you. You were talking about that song there?
Yes. Which song again? Which song again?
I know that's one from the Trade Wings.
Which one that again? What name?
On Mr. Rooster.
Yes. Is it Trade Winds? 66 chickens.
Yeah.
Is it same one?
Yeah, the trade winds.
Oh, you know.
Huh?
Oh, you know.
Yeah, man. It's a song I always. You know.
Yeah.
It's a song I love.
Yeah, and the rooster dropped down when him couldn't manage the 60. Not true. The first thing in Marga down.
And then they have a funeral.
Yeah. First thing in Marga down after the whole him wear out, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that's song I love.
Yes.
I was going to touch the next point. Yeah, I was listening to the news yesterday when the Prime Minister advised is somebody in his cabinet to find out if water is essential service.
Oh, yes.
And get back to him.
Yes.
So I was saying, I was saying that question that there is not really, like a little child who don't really know.
Yeah, because you'd expect that the Prime Minister would know for sure which are the essential services.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good still when him check. It's good still when him check. Make sure. But it kind of put up on the alert, say, if him a check, you must double check. And double check him too.
Yes.
And then again, another minister now who's supposed to be in charge of water, I think of Samuda. Him announced that all water supply has been turned on back and nobody short of water. And little after that, the next official have to come correct and say, no water no supply no turn on and it'll get worse. And some would have to go back and apologize, say, boy, his advice for him get. Say everything alright and he might take back that. But, so you see how much.
The people.
What's that?
It mislead the people.
Yes, it mislead it because they want to deliver good news. Politicians usually want to deliver good news, Not so much because they want everything to be alright, but because they want themselves, their part to be popular. So they will be quick to deliver good news without checking it out. Because they want to claim the winnings. And I'm not saying anything bad against them, but it's not true. They themselves know that it's not everything that is true them report to us. And it's not everything that them report to us is true. Because a lot of other things that we should know them not report to it. So why acting as if them always bringing good news and everything working alright?
So, but I think you have to send Ray Parker Jr. at the trouble station.
Yes, you think I have to do what?
I think at the trouble place where the ghost them.
Yes, what you have to do?
Yeah.
You have to do what?
Ray Parker Jr. You have to send him there when I.
Ray Parker what?
Junior.
Which Junior that again?
No, the Ghostbuster man.
Which story that is? A cartoon? It's a cartoon, Ghostbusters and Junior, is who?
No, it's a song.
Oh, I don't know it, I don't know it.
Oh, Monday we can't forget to name there.
Alright, me check.
Ghostbuster,
Oh,
don't afraid of no ghost.
Oh, yes, okay. I don't know much about it, but I'm going to catch up with it.
Alright, Monday we can send him there.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, yeah?
Okay, thank you.
Somebody else. Good afternoon and welcome. Welcome. Are you there? Not there? Alright. Alright, we're going to get back to some live chat, then. The Natal Basco say, Mr. Small, was that political prisoner, the Ras Mumia, Abu Jamal, stitched up in the USA? No, I was thinking it was him, but it's not him. I know that the most famous one that is well known is Ras Mumia, Abu Jamal, but it was another one as far as I know. It was another one. And not only that, Ras Mumia, Abu Jamal is not only in prison long, but I think him is on that death sentence. So them not going to be letting him out. I think him on that death sentence and they're still trying to execute him after decades. Next call. Next call. Good afternoon, welcome.
Yes, Jerry, the name of the gentleman I think you're trying to recall is Sundiata Akolai.
Sundiata, yeah man, that sounds familiar. Sundiata. And the last name?
It is Akolai, A-C-O-L-I.
A-C-O-L-I, okay. The first part sound exactly like it, yeah.
Indeed. Hope I didn't do disservice to his name.
Well, yeah, are in violence.
Language.
Yeah. Yes.
Indeed. Jerry.
Yeah.
I gather that Kinga Stewart is in mourning also. He lost his wife a few days ago.
Yes, and I hear that she was a outstanding caregiver for years, especially since his dangerous illness.
Yes, that's what I get to understand myself. As a matter of fact, Jerry, I look at a picture of her, and it was great to behold.
It was what?
You know, it was great to behold that picture.
Yeah, because
it is said that beauty is in the eyes of the beholder.
Oh.
But can you imagine he who has been holding her?
Yes, and has been beholden by her.
Indeed. No one that Kinga Stewart did link up with Ninja Man and sing that song "Cover Me."
Oh.
Yeah, man. I take off Pursley Sledge, you know.
Yeah.
Big tune on Jerry.
I know it.
Finally, Jerry, is it that democracy was the problem for the Greek or the way how they practice democracy?
All right, you expand upon that.
Well, when I look, I don't know about their system, but when I look at how democracy in Jamaica have been practiced over the years, politics.
Yeah.
That is the problem, not democracy itself.
Yes, that's what I was hinting at. The politics. After them secure the democracy, how them manipulate the democracy.
Exactly. Jerry, we need a new and different system.
Yeah, and our minds, human being minds can work it out.
Absolutely, I believe that.
Yeah.
Jerry, have a good weekend, and make sure you return next week in one piece.
All right. I can't guarantee that, but that is my aim. Thank you very much.
Indeed.
Thank you very much. Any more call? Next call. Good afternoon.
Jerry, good afternoon.
How you doing?
Hello?
How you doing?
Oh, I'm all right, Jerry. I call, talk about Mary C. Cole a little bit.
Yeah.
Because today is International Nurses Day.
Yeah.
And this lady, Mary C. Cole, a Jamaican by birth, but, she lived in England. She traveled extensively to Jerry, Panama, Cuba, other Bahamas, other places. But her most, is the most historical thing that she has done was that she was a nurse during the Crimean War. The Crimean War was a war with Russia, and I think it was France and other countries joining as
I think Britain was in that too. Britain was in that too, no?
Yeah, Britain, yeah, because they supported France. The Allied thing, me about my friend, because they didn't, they feared Russian expansion. So, but what now, Jerry, is that the prejudice that hit this lady, even though she was very versed at what she did, because she learned, she learned her skill from her mother, and her mother operated like a kind of boarding house, I don't want to say brothel, because it wasn't that, at 7 East Street in Kingston.
Yeah, don't mention that. All right, you're right, man. I'm not upbraiding, Go ahead, please.
Yeah, and I was just thinking, Jerry, places like those with something that has so much history, if it's even a little plaque could have been there, because that's what other people do in other nations, just a reminder, to say this is what took place here. But
I think
we don't do things like that.
I think the Institute of Jamaica took some steps like that just a few years ago.
Oh, Okay, all right. My bad then. All right, take it back.
But I'm not sure if them actually put up a plaque, but I think them take some steps. Right?
Yes, so to do right, because when Mary Seacole wanted to join the war effort, prejudice hit her, and you notice, when we hear about her counterpart Florence Nightingale, she is referred to as the lady with the lamp. And Mary Seacole now wanted to join the war effort, and the war office in England would not let her. So she funded her own trip and went to Crimea and set up like a sort of nursing hospital station, where she nursed the wounded, soldiers on the battlefield and stuff like that. So, that was her part of history, which it was just in later years, people, she started getting the respect and the due that she was due.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound right. That she was due.
That she was due.
Yeah, her due, yeah. So, but we honor her because Mary Seacole all up a UE. Now she them name it after?
Yeah, the hall of residence for females, the first hall of residence for females at UE, yes.
Mary Seacole. So this lady did so much, and but prejudice is such that word is, even for people who want good, because imagine she wanted to help in the war effort, and because of color, they wouldn't let her, and brings me now to Jerry. This man, the place out of Bellevue, out of Windward Road, where them call Bower Bank.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that there was this man named Dr. Louis Bowerbank. He has a statue inside
Dr. Louis what?
Louis Queer Bowerbank.
Yeah.
He was like the pioneer for mental health in Jamaica,
Yeah.
He lobbied to get, because they say at one time it was just the mental health. You don't know, people treat like lunacy, because a lot of people even hid it. If their family was suffering from mental illness, nobody would have want to talk that, that they have people that have mental illness because of the stigma attached to it. But anyway, Louis Bowerbank, he was a pioneer.
I think it's him that found. I think it's him that found the Kingston Public Hospital,
they had, because at first that's where a part of the mental institution was, a joint part of KPH, and he lobbied for them to, get like maybe a full-fledged mental institution, because there's a statue out there on the grounds of Bellevue.
I think it used to be in the park downtown. Either in the park downtown or some other one.
There's one downtown to Jerry. I don't think they moved it. I think there's one downtown too, because
One of what?
One of what? No, I'm saying there's a little road downtown in St. William Grand Park with a couple of statues of maybe of prominent Jamaicans, and Louis Bowerbank,
Yeah, his own used to be there, and I think is it them move and put beside.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
yes. And that's you have a little community beside Bellevue, them called Bowerbank.
Yes, yeah, they call Bowerbank.
Them sing about it all in a dance hall music.
Mm-hmm. So I just want to say that we need sometimes people, because of prejudice and stuff, they don't get the honor that that they deserve. People hold your color against you, which you have no part in playing and decide and say what color I want to be. That was decided by the two people who got together and produced you. So today I just want to celebrate Mary Seacole, for the part that she played in the medical field and as a Jamaican.
Yes, man, especially in the service of military health service.
Yes,
and a lot of those practices
during the war effort that she went there on her own. Them gonna send her, she take out her money and go. And fund it, because she learned a lot of that skills. She learned it from her mother, that they refer to her as a doctress, because she was versed in using herbs and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, to Jerry, she played a crucial role during the cholera outbreak too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because using the herbs and the things that she learned from her mother, and even when she went to Panama, she was able to do that too because they had a cholera outbreak there too, and she was able to help in that effort because her brother was living in Panama. You know that look at land, Jerry, we join Panama, what them call it, Isthmus, because Isthmus is Narnica land. That's where our brother was. That's how them was living, and that is how they were able to make the Panama Canal, because that was like the nearest point where they could cut across.
It was
the Pacific Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean.
It was the narrowest. It was the narrowest point between the most southern part of South America and the most northern part of North America. It was the narrowest part. Just a few miles.
Yes.
So you would have to cut a few miles to connect the Pacific Ocean, the whole of the Far East, we got China and all about.
Yeah,
with
right.
the Atlantic
and on the traveling time of ships too, because then they wouldn't have to go all the way down to round that cape down there in the tip of South America right there. So they could go through the Panama Canal.
Yeah,
a lot of our Jamaicans went there too. So even now a lot of people over there have Jamaican ancestry.
Yeah.
And there's another little island near there too called San Andreas, where a lot of Jamaicans too, are there. Which like our Jamaican culture is kind of infused with whatever.
Yeah, man, and a lot of people down there speak with Jamaican accent.
Yes, yeah. So a lot of people, Jamaicans have been doing it for a long, long time, Jerry. We go places and we make our presence known. We do it. So, just like, it hurt me now when a few of Jamaicans, with all the crime and violence, Jamaica was once so associated as, Wugogo Bill Nation, Wugo, ancestors. I mean,
that is still so. That is still so.
Huh?
That is still so that although with the crime and violence, Jamaicans still go all over go build positive. Listen, hold on. Hold on. Them go all over go build positive reputation for Jamaica and for Jamaicans. And by the way, the newest United States ambassador to Jamaica was born in Jamaica and he went to America when he was about 20 years old. And lived the rest of his life there and become a citizen and then become a member of Congress. And now has been appointed as the Jamaican ambassador, the American ambassador to Jamaica. By the way, he went to Kingston College.
Okay.
So you now go here the end of that. I run the mouth still on with KC Virgin still.
The 40s people them supposed to, because all things are KC if you tell them, and Dallas in Texas.
All right, make we deal with that Monday, Marie. Because you open the next can of worm now.
Yeah, all right.
Monday, but thank you very much.
I just wanted to say we celebrate Mary Sequel today.
That's great. That's great.
A prominent Jamaican.
I never Mary Sequel to the name now.
No, Grant.
No.
A Grant?
No.
Our mother.
No.
What should it name?
Marie Sequel. Bye-bye.
Oh, Marie. Okay. Jerry,
just go down to the clinic, go wait for me, man. Please.
Have a good weekend, Jerry. All
right.
Boy,
start nice. It start nice.
All right.
Next
bye.
call. Good afternoon. Welcome. Hello. Nobody there? Next call not there? Alright, the patient. No patient, cause let me hear the doctor. Well, let me hear the nurse on. That is so. Anyway, live chat again. Live chat. The small. No. Okay, Sister D. Ruben said, I just hear say all tax office on strike. And Bob Cosmic said, greetings, Malay and Pablo Music. And Keon Brown said, as the tune says, see, they know everything crash, Sister D. Ruben. Let's get back to the telephone. Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, Sir Frank.
Welcome. Go ahead, please.
You are going to Sri Lanka.
Put your mouth at the phone, make we hear what you say.
I say, you are going to Sri Lanka.
No, we still not hear you because you're muffled. You can't disguise your voice.
No, I'm not really disguise my voice. I say, you are going to Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka? What happening down Sri Lanka?
The politicians, they have some protesters, they protest over the government. Or they are hungry. They're not hungry country, right?
Yes. And what?
And then burn down 38 politician house. And 75 house to the politician house.
Burn many politician house.
38 houses to the politician them.
Yeah, by the way, was it in Sri Lanka where the head of the government them pass a law saying not to leave the country?
Yeah, me did that hear on the BBC news, I don't know.
Yes, that they probably were thinking that them going probably try escape and them pass a law that they mustn't leave the country. No? Same Sri Lanka?
Yeah, cause him said them for shoot all the protesters them pan side.
Oh.
All the protesters them, him said them for shoot them.
You can imagine?
Well,
no, the soldiers in Jamaica have been having a lot of difficulties with the citizens of Jamaica because the way how the government use them use them in an antagonistic way against the citizens of Jamaica, even the police too. And it seemed to me like the government and some of the supporters of the government, who is citizens, ordinary civilians, are trying to build up a climate in Jamaica where the soldiers going to feel free to attack anyone who are going with any protest. It seems to me like there's that kind of thing the mother like try below.
Yeah, cause something similar to that. No say similar, but something going on. I didn't have town the other 2 times the other day.
Yes, almost every week, and so a lot of these things are not being recorded either. A lot of the things that happen are not being recorded.
No, cause you know regular hear about them and say, you know.
It's only when some of the people either so brave or so out of control that themselves report back or tape the thing them. That's the only time that we're hearing about them. But many more incidents going on that we're not hearing about because people afraid for them life.
Yeah. It's true, man. Another thing we notice too. A whole heap of whenever you just see soldiers in the street and about you go.
Without police?
Yeah, without police.
Okay. Now, recently I saw a clip on social media with a young man, whose relative got hurt by some soldier and very angry. And him give out some threats on the social media about what he might do any relative of the Prime Minister where him buck up and all that kind of thing. Very foolish thing what him do. And later on it looked like him realized so them easy to find him and somebody advise him to go back on the social media, go apologize and say I'm sorry. But this is the kind of anger and wrath and carelessness and recklessness that the government is provoking us. Their actions are provoking these things, although every human being have a responsibility for their own action too. I don't know if you saw them the tape there where you to make some wild statement one way we do because somebody get hurt in his family.
Yeah, coming like I fed up all the people and get fed up still, you know.
Yes.
That the government a hungry thing away and people get fed up.
Yeah.
The more time I that take over, you know.
Yeah. All right, thank you very much to tell us about Sri Lanka here, sir.
Yeah, man. No respect for the program, you know.
All the best. Thank you very much, sir. We have any more call there? No? Yes, good afternoon and welcome. Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Hold on, your voice no sounds so clear. You have on a speakerphone? Eh? You have on a speakerphone?
So well, that's why I put it on speaker.
All right, no, put your mouth near to the phone and talk slow. I could hear you.
Yeah, you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with where it takes place at Norman Manley International Airport.
Norman Manley International. Hold on. Norman Manley International Airport. What is happening there?
I don't know if you're familiar with where it takes place in the middle 70s.
What? Hold on. What took place at Norman Manley Airport in the 70s?
Yes, I boomed the graph here when Cuban jet used to come here.
Oh.
You don't know if you remember that?
I remember something like that, but I can't remember clearly.
Oh, I never hear the part, never hear the history of the company here more time.
Well, one thing I know, a huge sabotage took place in Barbados. It a plane, I think it's a Q. What was it? I can't remember if it's which airline. A plane crashed outside Barbados, killing over 200 people through some sabotage. But I think it might have been a Cuba Airlines plane. And the plane had stopped in Jamaica. And some Jamaicans were to continue on that flight to Barbados. But them never go on the plane. But it was a very big crash. One of the biggest loss of life in a one plane crash in those days. I don't know if that might be connected with what you're talking about, Cuban Airlines at Norman Manley Airport in the 70s.
No, well, that was something totally different.
Oh yeah.
What did I know here? This flight it was a 4-engine jet used to come here.
Yes.
They used to never come straight from Cuba. Then go to Miami and then them leave Miami and come to Jamaica.
Yes.
Yes, and that flight was to come in, I think, roughly about 15 minutes to 6.
Yeah, in the evening?
Yes, and it delayed probably over Jamaica and here to Cuba.
Oh. So that is a different plane from the one that exploded near in the sea of Barbados.
Yes, man. This was Cuba, exactly.
You remember the year?
In the Migla 70s.
I remember one of those incidents, I think was in 77. I can't remember which one.
Yes, man. Brief suitcase, all kind of things fly all over the place. So me find it and we say, oh, them not put all them things in the history.
Mm-hmm.
So me say, look, in them time, I think Michael Manley used to rule.
Yeah, he was head in the government, yes.
Yes, man. So me always say, no, wait. Oh, them not put them things in the history. They see them things there on the carpet.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Remember, man, them time we used to have a Polaroid 11. That's my first camera me won in my life.
One of the instant camera that as you take the picture print and come out.
You know me talk about them.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Them time me never know nothing about taking a picture. It's a woman named Nola and Burton and a brother named Brown. Teach me how to take picture.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, man. Yes, man. Then we used to take picture from Gunboat, Buccaneer, and on Sunday we go Walk Garden.
Yeah.
Sometimes we step on the airport when British Airways come in and we get 1 and 2 customers who go take the flight and take picture for them.
Oh.
Yes, man. That evening the man was a very excitement evening, man. I tell you, I know the driver drive the trailer we go to load the plane. I know I don't think it's...
So hold on, what you say happened when the plane land?
When the plane land, that time the boom already go off, man.
It go off in the air?
Yeah?
The bomb went off in the air?
No, the boom went off on the airport in the luggage.
Oh.
On the trailer.
Oh, so they must supposed to load up the luggage onto the plane, and when it leave here now, it explode. But because the plane was late, I understand. Yes, good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It was a very big excitement that the whole place silent.
Yes.
The airport shaking, you know, man.
Can imagine.
Yes, man. So I wonder how them not really put all them up on the air. And put it as a issue.
Well, all right. Well, you have helped, and I think we will be able to trace it back from this. All right, thank you very much. Yes, keep in touch now.
All right, Mr. Jerry.
Thank you very much for that. We have any more? Next call. Good afternoon. Welcome. Good afternoon. Welcome to the program. Are you there? Welcome. Hello? No more? All right, we're going to go on some more live chat. Pablo of Music say, I remember Virgin Bob Cosmic. All attentive listeners and callers, glad to be present. Bob Cosmic say, Pablo, yes, I might be scattered, but we're together all underneath one sky. Johnny Johnson says, myself small, have a good weekend when you come. Oh, good. How important is it in USA, White House, to have a black press secretary as far as high-profile position usually reserved for lily white folks? Taki Lemko say. With the hike in food prices, petrol and other consumer products, the impact has been totally unbearable, accelerated by conflicts, major and minor, in areas all over, and continue. To that end, the drought in some areas of the Horn of East Africa has become a major concern, and perhaps not more highlighted because of the Russia-Ukraine crisis. Our next call? Yes, next call. Good afternoon, welcome.
Your response?
Wagwan.
What happened?
Good man, Wagwan.
Not much. You don't smoke weed again?
No?
Oh.
All
right. No, I really think you still smoke it. You never ask.
No, you thought I still smoke it, but something make you suspect that I don't.
Eh? Why you can't read my mind about what I think?
No, I'm not reading. I'm not reading. I'm guessing and asking you now.
Yeah, because sometimes I think that a Rasta man, you will look at one and you know.
Yeah, man. At 25 years, I smoke for about me stop now. Me stop now. 35. I say 35. Yeah, 35. 87.
Well, that is a very good thing. Smoking is a very unhealthy habit, you know.
I know. Yes. All right. Talk about your one, Carmen.
The brother when you talk about the plane, he named Padilla.
His name what?
A Cuban, you know, working for America.
And it was him who set up the thing.
The bomb, yeah.
What name? Padua.
Padilla.
How you spell that?
I think a P-A-D, don't get me, but I think a P-A-D-I-L. I don't remember, but just you could have just look on the internet.
All right. Yes.
His name, and America, you know.
Yeah.
Just and somebody take him up in a Miami and to see a house car and stuff there. He's living there right now, you know. He's dead.
In Florida?
Yes, Jerry. Yes.
Yeah.
But he not keep no down. He not keep no front face. He knew the big cup. But America, them have been there.
Yeah.
Take on what the Panama Canal that you and Mary spoke about a while ago.
Yeah.
One of the things, you know, why so much dead, you know, they run it through a lake.
Yes, that helped them. That helped them. Explain.
That is why it's finished really on time.
Yeah, quickly.
One.
Explain that, man. Explain it to the people.
It's finished in a time more than we had a such lake for them about the place.
No, but explain, because some people still don't understand why, you know. But explain to them, no? Explain to them, no?
You said to marry, you know, it's part, it is the nearest part of the Isthmus.
Yeah. That's the shortest span in the whole from North to South America. There's the narrowest piece of land that separate the Atlantic Ocean from the Pacific Ocean. Yeah. From the Pacific Ocean. And as you said a while ago, you're going to cut through a narrow piece of land, but in that narrow piece of land, there's still a lake in the middle of that narrow piece of land. So if you cut the canal through the narrow piece of land, go through the lake, and then go through the other narrow piece of land at the other side of the lake, it's much less cutting, because half of the distance is lake where already ship can sail through. So, you know?
Exactly. I was country instead of Panama. I know Nicaragua.
I think Nicaragua is near about there. We have.
You know what China realized peace. They did it.
Come again?
China realized that peace.
Yes.
Some years ago.
Talk slow, man. Make people follow what you're saying. Hold on. Talk slow that people can follow what you're saying.
All right. China realized that you have a lake and a piece with the land, two land over the setup, but although it would be more work, they would have more modern equipment and more men. But the Indian, them say them now have it, you know. Even when the government, the current government, give them permission, you know.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know.
I know. Like how them and Donald are people now, a friend now. But I don't think probably China still interested.
No, man, them still, I believe them still interested now. What you say? I believe them still interested. Because remember, you know, one of the main economic and foreign policy of China is, what them call it, road and what? What link? What them call it, road and what?
Something I thought, yeah.
Some link on road or... In other words, linking up the travel routes between all of the places around the world that China is involved. Must have a road and railway link and sea link or kind. I forgot what them call it. Some kind of link.
Yes, sir. That's why they could run from straight to China in a straight to China in England.
Yeah.
To see how much miles a ship and transport.
Travel, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, say, I want you call me back Monday that we can go into this more. Because we just have a few minutes and I need to clean up something. Call Monday. And don't wait till late in the program.
That's all. Alright.
Cool on. Yes, we have any more call there. One more. We have to do this one quickly. Good afternoon, welcome. Good afternoon, welcome. Are you there? There? No, not there. All right. Johnny Johnson said a black woman has now been appointed for press secretary at the White House, Mrs. Pierre St. John. So to me, it seems press secretary more visible than Vice President Harris. Well, she's going to have a very high profile because she's also a representative of the LGBT. You know, them love killed more than one bird with one stone. Taki Lemko says, isn't it very important to know how funds are distributed for fear of misappropriation or illegally distributed into the wrong areas? Simon Manley says, by black woman press secretary stop claim skin color the person ID as woman. I think that's a question, yes. We encounter a greeting in all in class today, up full vibration. Sly Slick say, please play Beautiful Weekend. I think it's kind of too late to play that. We have one little piece of play. Marva Valentine say, one love. Great day, Jerry. Sister D. Ruben, everybody. Jamaica Water Company strike yesterday. Now airport control workers. Tackle them because of the water. Due to water commission strike, sound reminder never to take the demolishment of the island underground resources of this precious commodity by mining companies for granted. Johnny Johnson said 40 billion US taxpayers dollars for Ukraine war machine, but no money for reparation of slavery. Bob Cosmic say hit the button. Alright, I want to play a piece of music, the sexy piece of chicken, because I see it there. No, 60 sexy chicken. Bob's Grains is arranging in order to celebrate the 60 years of the PNP Jamaica. PNP JLP custody of Jamaica. They're going to pick out 60 women of achievement and beauty for Jamaica. So make we hear from the trade wind, 60 sexy chicken.
Well, there was a man with 16 chicken and all refused to leave. So he went and buy a big red rooster. When the chicken see the rooster, they suddenly gone mad. He could see them chasing him wrong and round the yard. Boy, you could see the rooster running, 16 sexy chicken chasing him wrong and round the corner. You could see the rooster running, 16 sexy chicken chasing him. He falling for murder. Run, Mr. Kokioko. Run, Mr. Kokioko. Run, Mr. Kokioko. Run, Mr. Kokioko. Man, the rooster galloping, he's moving very fast. 16 chicken really have him going. Finally, they corner him and refuse to let him pass. Stand up if you hear him blowing. you see the rooster running, 16 sexy chicken chasing him, wrong and wrong the corner. If you see the rooster running, 16 of them imagine, born for murder. Run, Mr. Pokioko, run, Mr. Pokioko, run, Mr. Pokioko, run, Mr. Pokioko. Well, they trapped the mister and they started advancing. We have not seen a rooster since October. We will treat you nice and bring you food. You will live just like a king. The history books will call you the chicken Casanova.
Up the PC, here to pick up the PC, here to pick up the PC.
Let the place look good, my brother. Let the place keep clean, my sister. Let the place look good, my brother. Let the place keep clean, my sister. So
come along, my brother. Come along.